And we're live.
What?
Welcome in, everybody.
Bobby.
We have a special guest today. Carol, Jason's mom, and Jen and Poppy.
What?
What is
We're
going
not
on
special
today?
guests.
What is going on?
I don't know that chat deserves this kind of grandeur.
Carol, how are you doing?
I'm great.
I'm so glad
Nice
you're
to
here.
be here. I can't believe I'm here.
All of these people in this chat are probably so excited right now.
It's Mom.
It is.
You can ask all the questions about where I came from,
This is the
how I
time.
got here, am I really an alien?
It's the Jason origin story.
The Jason origin story.
Story, that's right.
Who's Liz?
No, that's my mom. No, that's on a different. We've decided now we're just gonna get everybody's moms on.
My
Awesome.
mom was
At
Space
some
Marine.
Who do we got? That one, Bobby. Sugar Rush Mondays, Plum Crunchy, Just Mike Anymore, Slayer Street. Hey, also we're holding a giveaway today as well.
What?
Surprise, surprise. It's not really a surprise because we posted that. So we're also going to be doing a giveaway today. So if you are new here,
My mom's picking it.
oh, Carol's going to pick the giveaway?
Yeah.
Apparently.
You are now. There you go. Click
She
that
has
link
no
right
idea
there.
what anything is.
Yeah.
So you're going to just get what Mom tells you and you're going to deal with it. That's what's going to happen today,
And
chat.
be happy about it.
Plum Crunchy says, "Is Mama gonna give away Jason?"
I mean that.
That did occur
I
to
didn't
me.
think about it that way, but
I love how she says that occurred to me.
Hey, we're nothing but truthful around here. Hey, if you are not familiar, click that giveaway link. Essentially, you're going to be prompted to fill in a bunch of stuff. But if you've already done that, your name is already in there. And if you want to double check, hit that link and it'll show you, hey, you've already submitted. So that's all you need to do for the giveaways now. We've made it so easy for you.
Too easy.
Too easy.
Too easy.
And then probably a little later, we'll pick something.
Ishmael Poppy is also here.
And Poppy, there's too much going on today.
Go
It's-
back
it's
for
so
good
much.
giveaway gifts. I think we're out of stock of those, so I don't think we'll be giving away a go bag today.
Somebody's asking, Mom, can we have special sauce, please?
Special sauce.
Ghost Hunter. Not the special sauce.
No special sauce.
It hasn't
giveaway.
happened yet. Skyer, what's going on? Brent, Jason, what are we doing today?
I'm painting.
What are you painting today?
I'm painting an Inquisitor.
Inquisitor. What were you saying? You were saying that these are
I
kind
was
of
trying to
like,
describe to my mom, like I have no
What
idea
is
what these
this?
are, but I said think of it as kind of like a horror show Pinocchio.
It's
and I
kind
feel
of-
like that's probably a really good representation of what these guys are,
it's pretty.
like horror show Pinocchio.
Yeah, they're
Really?
a little bit. They're a little odd.
They're like mechanical constructs fused with humanoid flesh, and I can imagine them walking around the battlefield all herky jerky. It's why the pose is so weird.
They're very odd looking. I dig it though. The poses are definitely cool. Yes, my knights did come in. I was just messing around with them last night. I was looking around and seeing if all the bits were there, and they were. Now I have a huge project. Got huge project. Pikmin says, "Well, hello, I'm in. Hello, all you beautiful nerds. Hello, Jason, Jen, Chris, and J Mom."
Hello.
J-Mom. Sounds like
Wow,
a pop star.
Jimmy,
My
what's
mom's
going on?
My mom's all worried. She doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
That's okay. We just want.
I'm a little appreciative about
We're
being
just
on stream
here.
today.
That's
so guys,
it.
be nice to her.
Swifter Bear's asking, are these models from Conquest?
Yes.
I would. There's a 90% chance if you're seeing it on stream lately, it's from Conquest.
The broken chair.
Is it broken?
Well, the arm thing won't stay up.
loose.
Maybe. That's okay.
The
Oh,
which one is the sign? Which is the sign up for the giveaway? Right here. Boom. Boop. 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 Right there. Click that right there. That link. You don't need to do exclamation mark giveaway anymore. You just click that link and follow all the instructions.
Stan said, Mama Fuse, quick crash course on what to do. Just make fun of Chris.
That's right.
all.
Hey, if you need to. I'm the
Poor Chris.
fortress that protects Jason from all the slings and arrows.
There's no. I don't need protecting.
I do that for Jason and Monument
Nobody's out
Hobbies.
to get me.
They are not, because I protect you so well.
That's
Why-
not how that works.
Why did Jen allow Jason to spend so much money on that Corvette this weekend?
Oh, how was that, Jen? Did you guys have a good time?
Oh my God, it was so fun.
Yeah.
I am like hooked on car auctions now, just because the excitement and it was so much fun seeing some of those cars and how the crazy money that
Yeah.
just was being like so fast.
Oh, I know.
You know,
It
you have
just-
a car like $200,000, and then 3 minutes later, there's one that's going for $500,000, and it's just insane
It's so
the amount
wacky.
of money that the people there had.
It's
It's
unreal.
just crazy to think
It
about.
is unreal. Jordan says, "Hey there. So I watched the stream from yesterday. Nice. The guy is a living guy. Oh, the Inquisitor. They're prisoners who have had their minds wiped via chemicals. The city-states looked as the spires biomancy and said, 'Let me try.'" Ooh. So Jason, you were kind of close
What?
right here.
That they're short of Pinocchios?
They're prisoners who have had their minds wiped.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well,
Odd.
they have a lot of mechanical parts, so
Yes, Ghost Hunter. I thought Chris was that's correct. That metaphor is correct. I've got a lot of metaphors going on, Ghost Hunter. I'm the fortress that protects Jason. I'm the boat. He's the captain. There's so many metaphors.
Somewhat Civil said, "Please tell Mom her son makes the best paint in the world."
Hey.
I really thank you guys for supporting him.
Oh, absolutely. I'm so glad that Jason has decided to actually paint for us today too. Because you know what?
I do it for you, chat.
He does. I was just about to say that. We do this for you, chat. He makes the best paint just for you.
No, Baldman, no.
No, we
So
don't.
they're gonna also try and tell you that the paint tastes good, and we, in response to that,
I know about
we
that.
say-
Don't eat
we
the
say
paint.
Don't eat the paint.
Yep.
We need to get
That
that
is the
on
only-
record.
The only acceptable response.
We don't eat the paint.
When Mom says don't eat the paint, you guys better listen.
You better.
Yeah,
You're
you
gonna
guys
get in
have to be on
trouble.
your best behavior today, chat. That means you can't make fun of me as much as you normally would.
Hey, whoa.
Here
whoa,
it goes,
whoa. Let's
and the
not
slew.
get to where you're trying to use my mom to protect yourself there. That's not. That's
No,
not
this
kosher.
is a very good stream today. Hey, if
Drinking
you are
it is better.
also,
No.
here you guys go.
Same thing, just less teeth. We don't do that.
Yeah, we don't drink the paint. We
Uh,
don't inhale
Kurt
it.
Cleancut said my hobby store in Cambridge, Mass, called the Squabblin' Goblin.
I
Nice.
love it.
Great name.
Squabble.
Just started carrying Monument Hobbies. We're super stoked. I just started diving into your line and love it, especially the metallics. Amazing. Thank you.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
I love to
Glad to have
hear
you.
about new stores opening.
Squabbling Goblin.
Squabblin' Goblin.
In
That's
Cambridge,
awesome.
Mass?
Yeah.
Nice. Great name.
That is,
Yeah.
Squabbling Goblin is the best hobby name for a store I've
It's
heard of.
definitely one of the top, I think, of the stores that we work with.
Revolutionizing.
It's revolutionizing.
He's
the
a
mini
revolutionary,
painting
that's
community.
for sure.
Rattlecan says, J Mom, do you realize Jason's revolutionizing the mini painting community? Oh,
What I do?
He's done something. He's done a couple things.
Yep.
Brewer Burrito has a question. Mrs. Jason's
Ooh.
mom, what's your favorite model that Jason's painted?
Boy, that's a hard question. The one he's going to paint for me.
Whoa!
Wow. Who invited her?
Oh, yay.
Wow.
Who invited this woman in here?
What do you want him to paint for you?
I don't know,
There's so many options.
but
So
something.
many options.
There's too many options out there.
Something for sure. And now I'm here and I can see options. So
Oh,
Well,
We do have some models.
I
We
mean,
have a
there is
couple.
also an entire world of like you could say, I want him to paint this, and we could probably find it,
right.
or print it or something.
there are so many options.
So many options. There
So
really are.
There-
like the
it's literally
world is
unlimited.
just full of options.
Yeah.
Jade, what's going on? Doghouse, it's not just the mini community. Hey, Doghouse, shout out to you.
Somebody up there had asked where Jason gets his talent or
Where
his
do you
creativity
get
or
your
something.
talent?
All over the
bought it.
place. He came with
Bought
every
it.
bit of it.
See, back in my day, and this is a little known fact and is going to piss some people off.
Uh-oh.
But back in my day, there was this ad in the back of the comic books,
Okay.
right? And it was an ad where there was a skinny, nerdy dude on the beach with a beautiful woman. And,
okay.
and a big muscle-bound guy came and kicked dirt in his face and stole his girl.
Oh boy.
And the ad was for becoming the better version of you. And it was like, muscle builder. Bruh. And, as a kid, I had some allowance money.
Yeah.
So I sent away the mail order self-addressed stamped envelope. And what came back was this magical pill.
Oh no.
And without telling anybody, I downed the pill. And before I knew it, I was this perfect embodiment of awesome.
Gosh,
and I
dang
walked
it.
back to the beach, kicked sand in that big dude's face, beat him down, got my girl back, and
Wow.
for some reason knew how to paint. I don't know. Very weird.
I should have.
I'm not sure where he got the BS from, but he did come with it.
It definitely seems like that
Did
is
you say
something
where?
that
She didn't know where I
is
got the BS
born
from.
We didn't
with.
know where
And
you got
I
the BS
never knew
from.
about that pill. See, you did do drugs.
See, my family didn't pay any attention to me. Good lesson to be learned here, Chad.
Oh my gosh.
Good
Captain.
lesson to be learned here.
Ignore your kids; they become superstars.
I
Wow.
don't go that far. I just paint models.
Oh my gosh.
There are a lot of artists in our family, though.
Your grandfather was an
Truly.
architect.
Nice.
He drew a lot, actually.
He was. I have
I
a
didn't know
lot
him,
of his
though.
paintings.
He died when I was 3.
Hmm.
My dad could paint, and a lot of art.
Great question. How do the giveaways work? All you have to do now is click this link that I'm going to put up right here for you, which is giveaway. Boop. You click that link and you follow the instructions. You can scroll down. You can see all of that. And essentially you get put into a pool. And you only have to do this once this year because we're doing a giveaway every week. So essentially you click that link and then you put in your information. It's going to ask you a couple things. You get it pulled into a big old pool. And at the end, towards probably a little bit later in the stream, we'll pull for a winner. So that's all you have to do. And then you're in the giveaway
Easy.
forever.
freaking
You just have to be
peasy.
here when we call the name. And whatever name you put, whether it's your real name, the Twitch handle, the YouTube handle, whatever name you put is the one we call out. So that's it. And then you're in it for the year. Only have to do it once.
Stan, you are correct.
What happened?
Stan said, Mom, if you don't downplay your artistic abilities yourself. Chat has seen a few of your homemade earrings.
She's
Incredible.
amazing.
She's wearing
jewelry
her
is
jewelry
amazing.
today. She's wearing that she made.
There you
Some
go.
Cool pendants and her earrings today. Her earrings are a little
Bigfoot and a
spaceship and a
spaceship.
Bigfoot.
I like
It's
it.
called the I Want to Believe.
I want to believe.
Yep, they're my I want to
Earring set.
believe
It
earrings.
I want
has
to
a
believe.
Martian spaceship.
That's
and
awesome.
Bigfoot. It's awesome.
Is there an online presence for your gallery where people could see your work and shop?
Not shop. No, we're a little co-op gallery,
Oh, nice.
and there's 20 of us, and we own it and run it, and we are quite the bunch with varying ages and skills and abilities to run a business.
That's
That's
really
cool.
cool because there's like woodworkers.
Oh,
and
sweet.
Oh, yeah.
turner and traditional art canvas artists and photographers and glass.
Yep.
All sorts of cool stuff in the gallery.
Really
If you're ever
have
in
a
Glenwood
great
Springs,
group.
Colorado.
Glenwood
Make
Springs.
it part of your
Glenwood
to-do list to
Springs.
go stop by my mom's
Mo,
gallery.
Mo says, Mama J, thanks for making a great guy. I mean,
Why,
he's
thank you, Mo.
okay.
He's okay if you're into that sort of
If
thing.
no free
Actually,
pub.
I feel really lucky that he's mine.
Wow. Thanks, Mom.
Me too.
That's cool.
I tell you that.
I
a
mean, it's
lot.
all right. No free pub for Jason. What are we doing?
Free pub for
no.
me.
What are we doing? No, we can't do this.
Like, there's some, like,
This is-
heartfelt, cool stuff going on here.
This is serious business painting time.
Ogre has a shirt that said Bigfoot doesn't believe in you either.
I love that shirt.
That is
I've
funny.
seen it.
That's great. Bigfoot doesn't believe in you either.
Yep.
We need embarrassing stories of Jason.
Uh-oh.
Embarrassing Jason youth stories.
Oh golly, I'd have to
There's
think.
a lot of that.
Carol, this is your
I
opportunity.
lived an entire
I have to
embarrassing
think. I was
childhood.
unprepared for that.
What's a story you remember of Jason vividly?
Oh, I
The
do
world wants to
remember.
know.
This is might be a little embarrassing, but not really.
Uh-oh.
Not really. He just went through a spell when he was about 6 and 7,
Okay.
where he just tried to knock his face off,
I tried to what?
Knock your face off.
and
Stunts. The stunts.
He
thing?
Oh,
kept-
I really did try to like knock my teeth, and I was just not happy with my face or something. I tried to
something
destroy
was going
myself.
on, and I mean, he kept showing up. Either I got a call from the school that he'd done something on the monkey bars and about knocked his teeth out. And then right after a couple times in the next 3 months, he showed up at the back door
Yeah.
with his face about scraped off because
Oh, boy.
wrecks on his bicycle in the rain.
Dang.
I
Not
told
terribly.
that one on stream before because the buddy of mine who I was with, his dad refused to put me in the car because I was bleeding profusely.
yes, I
The dad wouldn't put me in the back seat, so he
Oh,
made me.
yes.
They put my bike in the back of the car and made me walk home in the rain.
Oh.
And they drove my bike and put it
Yeah.
in the front yard and then left and went home and left me all alone to just walk. Or
I
maybe my
remember
friend
that.
Darren or whatever his name was helped me, by walking me to the door. But then he split. 'cause
Yeah.
his dad
Yeah.
didn't
Then
want
I
me
go
in
to the
car
door
with
and
my
go,
bloody
"What
face.
have you done?"
Cuban and Disturbed, thank you so much for those subs. We appreciate that.
But yeah,
Is-
I definitely was trying to.
Yeah.
I had was on the soccer field at school, and in the wet grass slipped and bit the bicycle rack, the bottom crossbar of the bicycle rack, landed right on. It
Here's a question for you, Jason. I'll let you read it. From DiCaprio.
says painting minis. We are used to think in volumes, hues, contrast, vibes. I don't know what vibes means, but have you in any project think in the model existing in the real world and let the existing normal lighting do the lifting for the shadows and light, thinking it is an object in the real world and plan your painting accordingly instead of creating a scene with all of your lighting tools. When you say object in the real world, like that it's just paint it one color and let it be a toy in my real world, is that what you're asking?
Maybe. I think so.
Rather than painting shadows as if it's like a photograph of a thing in another world, paint it as if it's really just the toy that it is.
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking? Chris is a vampire? What?
Am I?
No, he's not.
I'm
Not even a little bit.
No. No.
Not even a little bit.
I have them all fooled.
Johanno says, cool. I happened to finish a red cape in Procro paints 2 days ago. Now you see this. Yeah.
Now, was this you airbrushed this, right?
Airbrush, yeah.
Okay, but you
The
here
cape.
it is.
Yeah.
The Caprio's second part of his question here.
More in the line that instead of painting that photograph, let the real world do some of the lifting.
You mean the light from the real world?
Hmm.
That's an interesting one.
I have a fairly I think rigid stance on this, and this is maybe one of the more rigid things with me with art, is that the world of painting art, whether three-dimensional figures or canvas, is all about fooling the viewer into thinking they're in this scene that you've painted in this one moment in time. And in order to do that, you have to recreate light, right? Because if you take away the light, everything's dark, can't see, right? It's how the eye works, all that. So you're painting light no matter what you think. And in order to get the scene set properly, to have the viewer know your story that you're trying to tell and to see your intent in some manner, you have to figure out every ounce of light. Now, there's an argument to this to be made where if you were to take this model and paint it in color shift paints, that the thing that you've painted is this really cool object that when I turn it around, the light in my real world does a lot of the lifting, as you say, because now the light in the real world causes the colors to shift. And what you're really showing off is the power of the product you put on the model, right? It's like painting pearlescent coats on cars. It makes the car look really cool. And in the sunlight, it does all sorts of really cool things. And that's a neat effect. So if you want to do that, sure. And then the light in the room you're in has more of the work to do for how the viewer sees the model. I would say for 99% of what we're painting, we're telling the whole story. The sculptor and the painter get together, even though you don't know the sculptor for most of the models that you paint, but you're doing 50% of the work each, right? Or however you want to divide it up. The sculptor sets a figure, you then put that figure in a reality of your own choosing. So you get to paint it into an environment, whether it's a lava world or a dust world or a brand new suit of armor and whatever you want to paint. You get to create, that's your part of the creative vision being applied to someone else's. And so controlling as much of the light as you possibly can with your confidence, experience, and capabilities is going to increase the readability of that model and that story you're trying to tell to the viewer. The more you leave to the light in the room, the less of your story gets told, and the more of something else gets told, whether it's the cool effect paint you put on there that reflects light really cool or whatever. And there's no reason not to do that. But what I'm saying is that most of the time you'll want to lean into controlling the light on your own. That's where your storytelling capability comes in, and that's what art truly is telling stories, right? Just putting paint on the model is cool, but the story you tell by adding your effects, by doing the basing, by choosing your colors and putting the shadow and the contrast and creating those volumes is really where it comes to life. And so if you let the light in the room do that, you're never knowing what you're going to get. So you might look at it and say, yep, done. And then you take it and give it to your friend and you're doing it at the store where the lighting is completely different. And they look at it and go, when are you going to finish it? You know? And you're like, well, it is done. And so it creates a disconnect. So I say control the light as much to the finish line as you can until and up to a point where you've done some sort of an effect paint. You know, gloss varnish on like a glass vial. If you have a wizard or an assassin holding up a vial of poison, putting a gloss varnish on the vial so that when you turn it around, it lights up like glass can be a really cool effect. And then on that portion of the model, in order to pull that effect off and create that visual, you're allowing the light in the room to tell the story, and that's fine. Yeah. So you can do all sorts of stuff, gloss on eyes. Anytime you use a glossy paint, metallics even, you're allowing the room light to do more of the work for you. Hope that makes sense.
I mean, it does to me. So if it makes sense to me,
we're broken through the barrier.
We're in the clear. You can play around with alternative light sources like black light and fluorescent pigment. Yolanda.
Yeah, again, you're allowing the light in the room to tell the story, so you're never going to get a perfect dialed-in volume and such, because now you're talking about paints fluorescing, and they don't give you the opportunity to create your contrast the same way as if you were to control that. But they do create really cool effects. Painting the bones, fluorescent on a skeleton and then hitting it with a UV light can make it look really, really cool.
Wake Titan, I love Satin Black.
Are you familiar with sci-fi, fantasy, and all that kind of stuff we tend to spend time on as nerds?
Yeah. This is for MOM-umental hobbies, not for you.
You see, MOM-umental.
MOM-umental.
Hey.
Oh, that's not me.
Are you into sci-fi and fantasy and all that stuff?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Here's where you do that thing I said.
What thing?
What kind of fantasy are you into?
Well, it's probably a different genre, but I don't know. Fantasy covers a big area.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was a kid, my favorite thing was Tolkien, The Hobbit, and all that.
Now she's done it.
Wow.
Now she's
That's
done
my
it.
favorite thing of all time.
She just said her favorite thing was Tolkien.
Sometimes I like to get on my porch, and kind of
light a pipe,
vibe out, Maybe run a head shop every once in a while.
He said something to you, didn't he?
I don't know. Maybe.
Briefly, Middle Earth.
Middle Earth. Wow.
The funny part is Middle Earth was in old downtown Garland, Texas.
Oh.
Which is where, if you've ever seen King of the Hill.
Yeah.
That's where that is.
Oh, funny. Okay.
And that's where we there are tales to tell, for sure.
Talking hobbits over it.
Middle Earth.
Wow.
So
we grew up, we had a poster above the couch. I was telling Chris this earlier. We had a poster above the couch that was Mordor, Mount Doom, and it had one of the Nazgul. It was like in the distance flying.
Yeah.
And it was just this big,
That's
spectacular, poster. That didn't have a lot of detail, but you could look at it for hours.
That's awesome.
I have a map of Middle Earth right at my where I make my metal clay stuff
Perfect.
on the wall.
Get you
It's
in the
kind
get you in
of
the
old.
zone. That's great.
But I also like crazy, cozy fantasy novels a lot now.
Oh, okay.
It's total escape from all the other ick and
Yeah.
so like vampires and things, but they're not super scary.
No, I love that.
Older I get, I can't handle a whole lot scary anymore.
You're speaking everybody's language
Yeah.
right now. I love. Awkward says, "I love wandering here and talking about Garland."
Yeah, she said her sister was born in Garland.
That's great.
Oh, interesting. And this was in 1974. It's a
Brutal. Yeah, I
long
know.
time ago.
Yeah, I get
That's great.
I get a tremendous amount of my creative vision, whether they know it or not, from my mom and my stepdad. My stepdad's passed, but
Nice.
my stepdad was my outlet because he collected comic books.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And so there was always something like that, and he had a science fiction book, home library.
Yeah.
And so, he subscribed to Asimov's, science fiction anthology, that kind of stuff. So we get it every month. Omni magazine.
Mm-hmm.
So it was always stuff around the house to read. And my mom was big into, Tolkien. We had the Silmarillion up on the bookshelf since I can remember.
Yep.
And, so there was always that kind of stuff around. And I'm sure it influenced like the kind of movies that we were allowed to watch and that my parents watched and
That's
stuff.
awesome.
So that stuff, even though it may not be necessarily active, I don't know that either of you were like, I'm going to sit you down right now and teach you Tolkien. But because you're in it and it's your environment for so much of your time growing up as a kid,
Right.
it just bleeds off on you, right? You're like, look at all this crazy stuff I have. Especially with comic books and things like that. Because as a kid, I loved to read.
Thank
and draw.
goodness.
Yeah.
And so all of that was huge inspiration for learning to draw and starting my own personal art journey, because you had to, you got to draw these fantastical things that were in your environment.
Poppy is asleep in my lap. Correct.
Yep. Jason, what's this workup for this skin? Somebody was asking. It was burnt umber, right? You started?
Well, yeah, but you got to remember that it was dark purple and red oxide as a base.
You did do red oxide.
And then I did burnt umber as the base coat, and then advanced flesh tone, and then peach flesh. And
Got
the
it.
peach flesh I mixed with the advanced flesh tone 50-50, and then peach flesh by itself. So, and then we're going to go back and do a lot of the irritant today after I get the metallics in there with like magenta.
Ooh,
We'll use dark magenta to make it look like, these areas where the metal protrudes out, like at the stump of the leg, that we'll put some magenta on there to give it that irritated flesh look. I don't want it to look like brand new, but you can imagine like that pinkish scar tissue is kind of the feel that I think works well for this.
Bad Brother's got a question. Evening from the UK, everyone.
Hello.
Has there ever been a technique or moment while painting where everything came together and clicked? I feel like my painting looks jarring due to details not lining up.
When you say details don't line up, how do you mean?
Yeah.
Help me understand that one. Because, yeah, I mean, painting, I got to fix this little spot where somehow we got dark paint on there a while back.
Yeah, maybe give us a little bit more details about that. Jarring.
Because jarring to me means that my contrast is out of whack. I have bright stuff next to dark stuff and all over the model. My volumes aren't tracking right. My contrast is out of whack. My brightness versus darkness on the model isn't tracking my shadows correctly, things like that. That's usually what I think when my brain goes into that mode of, yeah, this is out of whack.
Yeah.
I take bright pale yellow. That's what we used underneath the red. So again, I backtrack one or two colors when I go to repair a spot.
Can you come up a little bit? There it is. Perfect. Oh, yeah, right.
Right. So just had this dark spot flicking. I was probably painting another model, and the other model used a dark color, and I flicked it on there. So we'll just cover the dark color up with bright pale yellow.
You were doing this the other day.
We showed people how to repair
Uh-huh.
by messing something up purposefully. Now we're going to do it on purpose.
Okay, here's what Battle Brother was asking.
Armor has volumetric lighting, but the leather is the same even in dark and light. Battle Brother Biggest. Armor has volumetric lighting, but the leather is the same even in dark and light. Not true. Every shape has volumetric lighting.
Yeah.
Volumetric lighting and reflection are two different things, right? Because every material reflects light unless for some reason you're painting something that absorbs everything, black hole style.
Yeah.
Everything reflects light. And if it reflects light, it has volumetric lighting, because that's what volumetric lighting means. It's bringing the light, gives the shape, the volume, the density, the size, right? The directionality of how it is on the model. So leather, regardless if it's in light or dark, still has a shape. If you have a pack that's full, it's going to bulge, and those bulges are going to cause little shadows and lumps, and that's volumetric, right? So when light hits it, you're still going to need shadows and such. The reflectivity of the leather is probably going to be less than the metal, although it could be different. You could be patent leather is super shiny and really beaten, tarnished, and rusty metal won't be reflective.
Right.
So materials can live in a broad spectrum of reflectivity. Reflectivity is one aspect of volumetrics, right? But light and shadow and contrast are what you build from. And if your leather is dark, then yeah, it won't have as much. Like, we're doing this as, black leather on this guy. And so the highlights don't stand apart from the midtones and the shadows as much, but I still do it so that I can tell where the details are, right? I still want to pick up the edges of the armor. I still want to move my light towards an area, but it still will read as black. I won't overdo it like I would metal. It won't be as shiny as like the blade of the sword will be ultimately, but I still have to have highlight moving towards my light source. If you just paint the leather in one base coat, it's never going to look three-dimensional, right? Other than the light in the room causing shadows. But at scale, the shadow the model casts on itself is not always enough to really give it the look at a distance that we want. We kind of joke and call it the 3-foot test, where you put the model on the table and you're looking to play with it from 3 feet away where you're standing over the table. You want to be able to pick up that contrast and see the details where you want them, right? Be able to see the lines in the armor sections and the little rivets and things like that. So you still do need to use volumetric highlighting on every material. Unless, of course, you have a particular reason why that material is devoid of light. That could be a story you're telling, for sure.
Question for Carol. Who is Mom's favorite Star Trek captain?
Well, it's going to be boring, but, all things considered, it's got to be Kirk.
Hey.
I just think that
He's the OG.
he's cool, and I love watching the old ones and going, oh, my gosh.
Classic ones, absolutely. Hey, speaking of Captain Kirk.
Nothing. Crickets.
Wait a second. Speaking of Captain Kirk. Welcome in, everybody. We have a giveaway. That's true. I always give you a couple opportunities here and there just to see if you'll pick back up. If you didn't know, we are doing a giveaway today. I just put a link in chat where you can go and you can sign up for our giveaway. We only do that once. That's it. That's all you have to do for the entire year, unless you get picked. So towards the end of stream, we'll pick a winner, but we're not going to tell you yet what you're going to win, because that'll be the whole surprise. And you have to be here when we call your name. You'll have to be able to speak up in chat so that we can make sure you're A, here, and B, make sure you're not a robot. So that's it. You have to be here to win.
And boom, red fix.
Sue us. Oh, I didn't even look.
Pizzazz,
wasn't
like
even
nothing
looking.
ever happened.
Can't
Look
even
at that.
tell.
Wow.
What happened? Where'd it go?
Again, remember, because I had a spot of black right on the brightest red there,
Yeah.
or navy or Payne's gray or whatever it was, a dark spot. If you just go over it with red, what have you done? You've now had the red with a base of dark color.
Right.
This red was not painted with a base of dark color. This red on here was airbrushed with a base of bright pale yellow and then pyral red. So to fix the area, if you get a different color on here, flesh tone, whatever, paint it with the bright pale yellow first. Even though I did it with the airbrush, paint it with the bright pale yellow, and then what I did is go back with the brush and stipple the red over it thinly to layer it up like it would on the airbrush. And you can't tell I just did that, other than it's a little bit shiny where it's still drying
wet,
right there. Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you won't ever, at the end of the day, you won't be able to tell that I fixed that at all. But you do have to backtrack, usually 2 colors, to know what the color, like in this case, red, what did it go over? Because if I just paint it over the black mistake or the dark mistake, then it'll be red over dark and it'll still look like a spot.
Yeah.
So use whatever you painted the red over first.
Where Tribe the Demon saying, where do you guys recommend learning about volumetric highlighting, like lighting on different shapes and materials? I feel like I need a mini painting school. Tribe the Demon, you're in the right place.
Well, this is the best place to learn.
This is the mini painting school.
I mean, we do this all day, every day, and we talk about it, but the better ways to make sure you have resources available is something like, oh gosh, I never remember the name of the book, Light and Color.
Light and Color.
Light and Color works very well because it will help step you through how colors respond to this, because we're not ever just doing, well, rarely are we ever doing it in just blacks and whites. And so you want to look at how color responds as it goes to the ultimate oversaturation of light, like reflective surfaces. If this red were highly reflective, wherever the brightest light was, it would stop being red or even pink, and it would go to the color of the light. So yellowish or white if it's a sun. And so you'll want to kind of look at all of that together. So Light and Color, I think, is a
Light
great
and Color,
book,
yep.
or Color and Light. I never remember which one.
What is, how would you, in a nutshell, explain this for mini painting, Jason?
This goes back to my statement that I really like when people go through and, you go to something like Google, and you go to Google Images and you say steel sphere or steel ball, steel cylinder, steel cube, steel cone, steel pyramid. Okay. You could go steel torus and all these other geometric shapes if you want to, but if you go sphere, cone, pyramid, cylinder, cube, right? Mm-hmm. Those 5 basic shapes will give you everything you need for painting 90+% of everything you do. It will show the reflectivity of metal, which for non-metallic metal is really good, but it will also just show you in a very dramatic way how light reflects off of those shapes. Now, all of those pictures will have light in a particular direction hitting the shape, and so you won't be able to really understand like what it does for light hitting from underneath. So your study has to be not just that this shape reflects this way. It's like this shape with light coming from here reflects this way.
Right.
And if the light comes from down below, how do I then rotate that shine to the angle of my light? So it does take a lot of work on your part to look at it. But if you take those 5 shapes, all of the models that we paint are a amalgamation of those 5 shapes that you find in geometry.
Yeah.
Sometimes the sphere is elongated a little bit into an ellipse, right? Sometimes the cube is a long flat panel, but not cubic, right? It's just a flat side of a tank. Is still a cube as far as the shape you are highlighting. It's a flat surface that is the side of a cubic shape, right? And so you start to look at your models differently. The hand is a series of basically what is sort of cubic or cylinder shape for the hand here, and then spheres. A sphere at the knuckle, a cylinder, a sphere, a cylinder, a sphere, a cylinder, right? So you have and a sphere at the tip, right? So spheres and cylinders make up all of our fingers, right? And then you have this that is usually when we draw is sketched in the way of like being a cube. It's a flattened out cube. It is obviously round as you go to the thumb pad and things like that. So as you start looking at, like if you're painting a hand like this, well, now you kind of know how to do the highlighting, because you have a sphere that you have to highlight, you have a cylinder you have to highlight, another sphere, and then a cylinder, sphere, cylinder that tucks in. And so you now know how to highlight those things, because the knuckle highlights differently than the length of the finger, right? And so you start thinking in those terms, and that starts really graduating your sense of volumetric highlighting, because you break the model down as you look at it into its constituent shapes and say, I know how to highlight a sphere at the top of the head, right? And I know how to highlight a pyramid of the nose, and I know how to highlight, the cheek, the sphere of the cheekbone, but into the kind of cone shape of the mouth and the chin as it goes down. So you'll start to put all those shapes together in your head better. And it sounds like a lot, but if you just start simply and start looking at the model like that, as opposed to how do I highlight the space ring? Well, break it down into lots of parts. How do I highlight the top of the head? It's a sphere. How do I highlight the shoulder pad? It's a sphere that turns into a cylinder. So you start blending all of that, and that's the way I tend to talk about it around here. So you'll learn a lot, but again, watching videos of two-dimensional art, people painting on canvas. If you can find books and videos or tutorials out in the world on that, because starting from nothing, volumetrics are all of what you do when painting canvas, because you can't paint an apple without understanding everything I just told you, right? And so watching somebody create from a blank canvas a full picture of something will teach you a lot, even if they're not talking. There are some great artists out there that don't talk at all. They just have music in the background and they speed up and show things going. And if you just focus on, okay, what did he do right there to get the nose highlighted right on this female portrait he's doing, and back it forth and watch the brush strokes and watch where you're putting the light versus the light on the cheek, you'll start to get that.
There you go. The more you know.
Yeah, learning to see and not just looking.
Yeah,
is a play on a term that is like, you have to see beyond the visible and into the method and into the why. You have a lot of people here in chat that will say, man, ever since coming and listening to you, I now look at things differently. T. Schmidt yesterday said that he looks at the kitchen utensils and the things at the restaurant sitting on the table totally different.
Yep.
And people think he's a total nerd. Like, what are you doing? He'll take a picture of something out at dinner because it's the way the spoon is or something.
Yeah.
Because you start looking at the why and not just the thing that's in front of you. You're like, oh, that's really cool the way that's reflecting light. And why is that? And you'll be moving it around and watching it happen and trying to understand why.
Lumberjack says, I'm one of those people. I think a lot of you are one of those people out there, by the way. Color and Light. Thank you. That's the name of the book. Color and Light.
Mom is here and you must remain chat's good child. Why? She can handle a dirty joke.
Hey, that's all right. Hey, Lumberjack, if you need to get the shot,
Mom's
get the
got
shot.
thick skin.
I know. Our Doghouse says I'm one of those. I know a lot of you are of these. I 100% know. Noob is looking for, bought a bunch of paints 2 days ago. Can't seem to figure out a brass recipe. Tried dark yellow green for a base coat and applied 1-1 mix of bronze and dark yellow green layer, then moving into bright gold. Noob needs a brass recipe. Jason.
I feel like you talk about or you get asked this question a lot.
We do get a lot of brass
should
questions.
do a
brass is
methodology or something about brass.
Brass is a very, I don't know. I'm curious. I'm curious why brass lately.
Well, brass is difficult when painting to break apart from gold. Right?
Yeah.
So a lot of times brass, when you're painting it and you want to say, hey, this is brass, what it really is the object you're painting tells that story more than the color. Because brass is poor man's gold.
Okay.
Right? It's what is used on, doorknobs in the houses that can't have door hardware or gold hardware.
Right.
It's the toilet paper holder in my house versus, the billionaire's house.
Yeah.
And so really that's why you hear me say I just like using green and letting the green portion show through on brass and letting, gold be orange if you're doing the same on the same model. That's the only way that I really think of it in terms of, how to keep it different than gold. If I were painting brass on a model and there was no gold, then I just paint it gold, right? Now, if you're using metallics, is that what I'm hearing? Are we using metallics? Is that what was said?
I think so. Noob is just looking. It sounds like Noob. You've asked this a couple times. You're just trying to get that brass recipe down.
And you want to do it with metallics?
Yeah. So he said
let's do something real quick then.
We're doing this live. You need something?
I got a Kieran.
Let me. Yep. There we go.
I have a Kieran.
Let's do it.
Right.
Show us brass, Jason.
So let's do dark yellow green because that's my favorite.
Yep.
For when I want it to be brassier. And remember that I paint a lot of my non-metallic gold and my golds with green too because I like that cooler gold.
Yeah.
And green really helps me with that. Even though green is more of a brassy tone, I love it for gold because again, nobody can tell.
Little Billy.
People be like, that looks more like brass than gold. Whatever.
Little Billy, he's not a billionaire yet. If he was, we would have bought a car on Saturday.
We would have bought what?
You would have bought a
on
car.
Saturday.
Oh, we would have bought a car on Saturday. If we were billionaires?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that you understand the industry we're in, little Billy. Nobody starts a hobby paint company to become a billionaire. If you did, I got a bridge I'll sell you in Nebraska really cheap, or take some of your billions.
So why are you starting with dark yellow green?
Again, it just gives us a good green base layer.
Okay.
Green is not a color that I would paint a lot of goldish style metals, paint it on top of the color, because gold doesn't tarnish to green. It tarnishes more to brown and black, like silver. So you're not going to get a lot of greening on it over time. But green as a base layer gives me that kind of
boy.
hue
Just add AI.
that makes it feel better brassy.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't think in these terms. Like, people say brass versus gold. I go, paint them the same. What difference does it make?
Yeah.
If somebody's going to come up to you and go, that looks like more like gold than brass, you're like, dude, it's a Chaos Space Marine, right?
Yeah.
It was the color of the gold that made you think it was weird.
Right. Jen, yes, it sounds like Jen had a great time on Saturday.
Oh, it was so fun.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Okay, so we'll just do this front
Yeah,
section
yeah,
here.
that works.
This leg plate. Now, was it metallics again? I want to know
Yep.
if it was metallics.
It
Yes.
was
Metallic paint's not non-metallic, right?
No,
Yeah.
it was this, and then metallics. I think it was bronze.
yes, it
and
was bronze. Yes, sir.
something.
Mm-hmm. Boop 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 boop. Let me find
Right there.
here.
Oh, 1-to-1 mix of bronze and dark yellow green.
Yeah, so
bright
it sounds
gold.
like Noob, you are using true metallic metal here.
Okay, yeah. So the bronze I would not use. The dark yellow green takes the place of the base that you need. So I would go to rich gold straight over this.
Okay.
And rich gold is a little bit too orange for brass,
Okay.
depending on how technical you're trying to get. Rich gold is too orange, but it's going to be the right color. And I tell you what we could do. We could actually, no, I'm going to do it in layers just to make it simple. So we're going to do the rich gold with, quite a bit of water on my brush, right? It's damp so that when I get the rich gold out, it's going to give it some thinning. A little bit of water, right? And this is where I get myself in trouble, because we paint so quick when doing these
That's okay.
live demos that I'm going to blend the colors together, which is not what I want to do. But I bet if I start up here, I'm okay. Right? So we're going to do this, and this is just going to allow the green to alter the color of this a little bit. Okay, because we're thin. Remember, you can glaze with metallics. This isn't, heavy-duty glazing. I'm still getting a lot of coverage, but it's lowering the opacity enough by having water on my brush that the green is allowing the gold to look different. And I'll paint a layer of white area on here with the gold so you can see the difference. But you should be able to tell that the green is having a big effect here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because if I were to just come through and use the gold at full volume, we'll call it, right over white, you'll see how much more orange you get.
Yeah.
Wow.
So different.
Totally different color. It looks like you're using two different colors of paint.
Right.
So I want to do that as a way to show you how important it is to choose a good base color under your metallics. So bronze is brown. Our bronze paints, think of them as brownish golds. So as soon as you put bronze in with the green, you've now started to move things towards brownish green muddy color, which is not brass. The green on this is where you want to be. The bronze will detract. The gold on its own is too orange, so that's gold, right? This starts taking the orange away by using the green and gets us to that brassy color, okay? So we'll continue to do that. I'll continue to load my brush up with water, and then I'll get this to where I want it as far as the gold shine, where I want the shine, and so on and so forth. I probably don't want it this green except in the shadows, maybe. You just keep playing with it. You can just keep layering the gold up on top of the green as you like. You want to stop yourself before you lose the green.
Stop yourself before you lose the green.
Yeah, because if I layer this too much, it looks like it is over the white.
Right.
Because it'll just grab all that orange back. That's the thing with glazing. You're always wanting to judge when you're about to get to the color by itself, because you will cover your base coat enough that the color will just become what you're painting with. Yeah, see, I'm getting some wet blending here, so my green wasn't fully dry. So this, I'm going to have to paint downward and see if I can't overcome that real quick. There we go. A little bit better. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a great way to start for brass.
Yeah.
And then technically, let's go to bright gold.
Bright gold.
This will give us a shine. Not near as much water on the brush. This can be more opaque. Bright gold is a semi-opaque color anyway.
Yeah.
And then we can go over, like the way I'm painting this, my highlight is up here, right? And so I'll just kind of take the bright gold around the top here and kind of in this area maybe. Bright gold gets rid of a lot of that orange and gets you back into like a pale yellowish gold. But it still is warmer than we ultimately want it for brass. Or I say maybe warmer isn't the right term there. I'll just quickly sketch some highlight down through here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
And then what I'm going to show you is to take some transparent yellow.
Oh, okay.
The transparents are fantastic over the metallics to shift a color a little bit of a way that you need it to go. So if you're looking at a metallic silver that's too gray,
Right.
taking like transparent blue or the Payne's Gray wash, something that is not intended to be opaque, and filtering it over the top.
Yeah.
Now on this one, I'm going to take all the water possible in this brush and pull it into my yellow here. I'm going to desaturate this yellow or thin it down to where its opacity is next to nothing, right? So just 3 brush loads of water into this. Test it over here. I've got on my thumb palette, I've got a little bit of the gold, and look at that, bang.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? And so then I'm going to take that yellow and put it over the top of everything I just did.
You set her up a little. Perfect. Nice.
And now it'll take all of that orangish, greenish, and light color that I've done.
Yep.
And now I get more of a brassy shine.
Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah.
I would consider this to be more brassy and this to be more gold if
Yeah.
you're looking at it in the real world. Now, this is still too green. Brass isn't going to register as that green all over, but just adjust that as you need.
Yeah. Okay.
And then once that yellow were too dry, I would go back and get some more of the bright gold, which now is going to contrast it even more because we have that yellow in there. And now you can come in and use this to just deliver the shine, you know, like we talked about down this cylinder of a shape
And
that's here.
that was bright gold?
Yeah, this is just bright gold.
Okay.
Now you can put a shine on it like that. And
Nice. Okay. Nice.
And again, there's way too much green down here. It's like all green.
yeah.
So we're providing quite a bit of contrast right now. But I would paint, if you ask me, paint brass, this is the way I would paint my brass. And then I would use and let the gold. This way you could do them on the same model and you could have them look like they were different materials.
Yeah. So what would you edge highlight with
Yeah, you could use white gold or bright gold, whatever you want.
Nice. Okay. That's brass for you. Noob, hopefully
Well,
that
brass
helps.
has a lot of different colors because as you polish it, you get rid of a lot of the color. It becomes more of
Mm.
almost a you know, that bright gold. And that's why I say the two of them together. Bring up real quick in Google, do brass versus gold. Chris?
Yeah.
And everybody out there, you should do the same thing. Do brass versus gold. Brass vs gold. And then go to images, right? Ta-da. And look at that one right there.
Mhm.
This
Pull
one?
that image up. We can't really show it, can we?
No, not really.
All right. Well, if you'd Google this brass versus
Yeah.
gold, right now we're looking at 3 squares that say brass, bronze, gold.
Yeah.
Use that because that's exactly what I just showed you.
Yep.
The bronze moves it to brown, the gold is that orangish, and the brass has a lot of green in it.
Yep.
So yeah, when you say an ochre color, yes, sort of. Right? But that's why I say, like, if you go look at that image right now and then you look at what I did here, that's exactly what you're seeing in that image.
Yep. Exactly. There you go. Noob says, lovely. Sounds like I need transparent yellow. I had a feeling I was going.
You could use
need
gold
it.
and yellow and thin it down too. You don't have to use the transparents. The transparents just make it super easy. But if you have gold and yellow from the base set, you can do that. You just thin it more
Yeah.
to get it where you want it.
Cool.
Right.
Awesome.
Slightly olive, yeah, exactly. I feel like that's a better way to say it, slightly olive. Like I said, this is too much green, but it's giving us really good contrast for how we paint miniatures.
Right.
So this is the way I would do that. I would leave this green down here, and then it has a little bit of orangishness from the gold up top, right? It's giving you a really good reflective nature. You didn't glaze enough of anything over the top of the metallics to lose the shine, so it still works really well for that. And you're off to the races.
Great. Pistol Whip has a question. What is the difference in process between wet blending and just tearing up the paint and causing texture? Seems like a fine line. The difference between wet blending and just tearing up the paint.
So when you're wet blending, if you're tearing the paint, you're putting too much wetness over a layer of paint that wasn't quite dry. That's how paint tears. If you're wet blending and you're seeing through, like let's say you go over primer, like here, like let's do some wet blending in this flat spot right here. I don't have a lot of really great wet blend spots to show off, but I'll do this flat area on the Kirin, right? Let's pick two colors that would do this very well. Let's pick blah 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 blah. Let's pick dark blue and what do we want to do? Dark blue and bright pale green. Let's go very dark and a very bright color.
Yeah.
Okay. I have no idea what we're about to get.
I don't know.
You may
either.
laugh at me when we get this color done. Should give me like a sea foamish green in the blend. Could be cool. So in wet blending, the first thing you need to know is you want a little bit more dampness on your brush, but you can't over wet your brush. If you over wet your brush, the paints won't mix as well as they will thin out.
Yeah.
So you don't want a lot of water on it. You want more material than thinner, water or whatever you're using. Some people will use a retarder like flow improver or glaze wash medium you can use. But you want to make sure you always have more paint than medium. And the medium could be water. The medium could be glaze and wash, flow improver, whatever you're using, just acrylic retarder or whatever you want. I'm just going to use dampness on my brush, but my brush is going to get some water on it, wipe it off 2 or 3 times, come over here. I'm going to load in, actually, let's load in the darkness first. So I typically want to push my paint. I want to push my second color into the harder area. So I want to put my first color in the harder area to get the brush in. So the harder area is going to be down here in where the flame is, right? Because I can't put the first color here and then try to get my brush down here and blend back into it. Make sense? Because this is just awkward. But I can very easily put a color out here and push it in and pull it out of the other color. So let's do the dark blue, right, with quite a bit of paint. And we're just going to load it in here carefully, right, to where we have quite a bit of wet paint in there. It's going to be way more paint than you would normally paint an area with, just to make sure that it's wet enough to blend, okay?
Right.
Then I'm going to rinse my brush real quick, make sure I get most of the moisture off of it, grab the bright pale green, and do the same thing, but I'm going to put the bright pale green up in the area I want to blend from. Then I'm going to take the bright pale green, and I'm going to do this. I swish my brush a lot when I do this, and I'm going to swish my brush down into the blue, as far as I want the mix to go, and then pull it back out. Like that.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
And that's wet blending. Right?
That's it.
Now, just doing it fast, you can see that my brush strokes are still visible down here. You can't change that. You can't fix that right now because what do you have? What color do you have on the brush?
You have
the bright pale green and the blue mixed together, which is this color around here. So if you take this, because this is where you stopped.
Right.
So if you stop, that's the last color that's on the brush. If you then go back and try to fix this, you're taking this color and putting it back there, so you can't do that. So you got to clean your brush again real quick. Wipe it most of the way off. Now you have no color on here, and now you can come back in and you could easily kind of feather this out if you wanted to get rid of those brush strokes, right? So I can just very lightly kind of come in here and I can get rid of that brush stroke and push that color down in there further if I want to. But I got to be careful because now I have a dark color, so I can't come back and repair it up top. So I go clean my brush again, right? Then I've got no color on here, so I can continue to maybe push this brighter mix a little bit further into the shadow like that. And now I've cleaned my blend up really nicely.
Yeah. Awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
So the biggest problem with doing wet blending is that step I showed you. Well, for some people, it's getting it right the first time, right? Being able to pull the colors together.
Right.
And like I said, being able to move one into the other, push it as far as you want the blend to go, and then pull it back out, constantly moving the brush so you're moving the color around as you go. And then when you're done and you have brush strokes where the color kind of swam around in itself, it didn't tear anywhere, but it kind of had those darker streaks where the blue started pulling out. Then go back in with a clean brush with no color and blend that out again. You know, maybe you don't like how bright or how dark that buildup is right there in the corner. So you take a little bit of this wet paint on a clean brush and you just kind of shove the paint back up in there like that and get rid of that big chunk.
Yeah.
Right. But now I can't do anything else on the surface because now I have a blended color of darkness. So I can't go and like, oh, and then I can fix this. Right. Because if I come out here and I say, oh, let's fix this area too. Now I've got that dark color. See? Well,
Yep.
Oh, God, now I just screwed the whole thing up. So every time you do anything on the surface of a wet blend, go clean your brush, bring it back over, right? Now, if I wanted to fix that, I got to get some bright pale green, right? And I got to put that over here and blend it over into that again, you know, and kind of work it back into the surface. And I can try to repair it if I want, but it creates a hassle.
Right.
And then you got to rinse the brush again. So there's a lot of rinsing the brush to make sure because you're always dealing with a blended color, and there's a bajillion blended colors here. Not really. There's like 6, right? But there's a lot of different nuances of this color from green to blue. And depending on where you last touched the brush, that's the only color you can go repair now. So you got to go rinse it and then go back onto it. But that's wet blending. Ta-da.
Nice.
We screwed it up with that last fix, but you get the drift.
There you go. Question for Jason. How much do you think PA paint when doing layers? How much would you use? I feel like
wait. Let's go back up to Pistol Whip. It says
Yeah.
incredible. So it's also about just having more paint available rather than super thin paint. Yes, you do not want to until you feel very confident about your wet blending. Don't try to blend thin paint. Thin paint will be lower opacity. And when you start blending them together, you'll see the substrate below, and that'll give it that tearing effect because you won't get an opacity. Wet blending really wants the blend to be what you see. It wants to be opaque. That's why I didn't use a wet brush when I pulled my paint onto here. These were just paint right out of the bottle.
Right.
Right? Now, you can't go too thick or you'll get texturing. You'll see more of your brush stroke on it, right? But what this does for me, I use wet blending to base coat. It gives me really good smooth blends, and then you glaze over the top of this, and the glazes get rid of all the nuance, like this looks like almost like the horizon line with clouds, right? You get that natural line. I mean, that does almost look like a scene.
Yeah.
It works really great for him because it's like clouds. But anyway, you could glaze over this, and that'll smooth out all those lines, right? I could glaze dark blue over this, or I could glaze purple or, magenta or whatever I wanted to, yellow over this, and it would start to smooth it out. So I use wet blending a lot for base coats because it gives me really good blends without an airbrush or anything like that, and it can go pretty quick on the right model, right? Trying to wet blend every armor panel on this guy would be, aneurysm material. But could you do it? Sure. And then you smooth it out with a glaze rather than trying to wet blend something at the end. But always doing it with a paint that's as close to the consistency out of the bottle as you can do it with. Some paints are too thick to do that with. You wouldn't be able to do it with metallics. You have to thin them a little bit because they're thicker. So if you're dealing with a paint that's a little bit thicker than Procryl, then you'll want to thin it a little bit, but don't over thin it, right? Because you want it to be able to meet with the other color and hold together and blend for you without showing you what's underneath it.
Got it. Okay. Hopefully that helps you. Going back to this one, how much PA paint, so Procryl paint, when you do layers, how much paint do you use when you're layering,
I think
Jason?
that was supposed to be thin. How much do you thin?
Yeah, it's misspelled here. How much do you thin PA when doing layers? Yeah, that's probably right.
Go watch, give him the link to the video, Just Do This.
Yeah. I was just about to say that's a perfect one for this.
Because layering is not one consistent process. For me, layering is a teeter-totter. It's a thin layer and then a thick layer. And thick's always a bad word to use because people are like, I put on it thick and it looks like crap. It's thinned and not thinned, thinned and not thinned. And I do a thin layer so that layer blends with the color underneath. And then I do a not thinned layer or not as thinned layer to get the color and the hue and value of that hue set on the model. and then I'll go back and forth, thin, thick, constantly as I'm layering. I do it for everything, whether I'm doing something like, the metallics on here or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just the way I paint. So that's my method, is that I will typically do 1 or 2 thin layers to start building up the color over the base, the previous layer, and then go thicker with that paint so that I get more opacity and start pulling it into tighter areas, and then maybe even brighter and brighter and brighter. And I just keep doing that until I'm done.
Nice.
So if you follow that video, I think is really good. That
It
video
is.
really shows my process, and I think explains it pretty well, because we show how we get really smooth blends on. It was this one, right?
Yeah, that was the one.
This is the model, and that's the blend we got, right? And so you can see, like, that's an airbrush quality blend, and that's doing it that layering way that I do.
Yeah.
You'll never have a problem. If you practice that and get it down and understand why you do it, you'll be able to do it with dark colors, bright colors, anything in between, and get really, really smooth transitions without having to worry about wet blending or other more complex techniques, But again, it's just another tool to use. Layering, glazing, wet blending, all of these things are ways to blend colors, and it's just choosing the one or multiple ones that work well for you on the model you're painting on. On some models, I can get away with doing a lot of airbrush to do most of the heavy lifting. The cloaks on these guys, which is the bulk of this model, are all airbrush. I don't have to do much brush work. I can go back and I will have to do a little bit of brush work to give it some texture so it doesn't look so out of focus, because the airbrush looks too soft. But for these cloaks, that helps, right?
Yeah.
The cloak and the skin look totally different material, because the cloak is all airbrush and looks soft and fuzzy, and the skin is all done with brush and harsh, textures. So it can you can use it to your benefit that way. But that's airbrush blending on one way, and even within the airbrush, I was glazing the red with the airbrush, so I thinned the red way down, whereas the other 3 coats that I used, which were dark purple, red oxide, bright pale yellow, that I did on the cloak first, so that we had the shadow colors I wanted, all of those were done very opaque. And then the red was done super thin. So I glazed with the airbrush and got the benefit of how it blends, but building up thin colors.
Yeah.
So I'm always mixing techniques. I want to really try to help people understand that when you say, hey, I want to go layer, that you don't just say, I always put the paint on like this.
Yeah.
Layering, I want you to think of as a way to get a semi-opaque layer first over a color so that they start to blend, to make it easy to blend, and then you go more opaque with that second color to get the color laid in there, and then you do a third color where you go semi-opaque to get it to blend with the previous 2, and then more opaque to get the color, and then again and again and again until you run out of space, really. That helps when you start working that way to turn your paint collection into more usable colors, because now if you're it's the way we talk when we say, hey, we want to do a blend. Like, again, let's take those 2 colors we just did, where we did dark blue and bright pale green, right?
Yeah.
These 2 colors, right? You could paint this transition without wet blending with just these 2 colors. You could paint dark blue, then you can mix these 50-50, then you can mix them, or you can mix them 75-25, then 50-50, then 75-25, and then 100%. And so you could wind up with, what is that, 5 colors out of 2 if you just mix them to get that. And then if you layer with that, it would look like that wet blend.
That's what I do.
Right? That's what Jen does. Literally, that's what Jen does. That's all she does for her painting. And these are the blends she creates with a brush.
Yeah.
She painted this by hand, no airbrush. There's 0 airbrushing on this. All of these blends are done doing exactly what we just said. It's that just do this video.
Yeah.
Right? She'll do a thin layer and then a thicker layer, blending and mixing the colors as she goes, and she'll create smooth transitions that you wouldn't believe. Right?
Awesome.
Yeah, all with a brush and all. I mean, she's not the
I learned
quickest
from the
because she learned
best.
from me, but they're beautiful, right?
James is asking.
She's literally the best painter here. She won't admit it, though.
No.
James is asking, is the wizard's butt gray more of a warm or cool? And I would reply with it's a wizard's butt kind of color.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit. It's a little bit cool. It's a
I
little
think
bit
it's
warm.
a little. Boy, I don't know.
I would say that is more warm. Wouldn't you think?
It's more warm, but not like our warm grays, because it's less of a green and more of like a little bit of a yellowish. You know? It's a little bit of a dirtier gray.
Dirty gray?
It's going to be warmer than neutral. But all the grays, the nice thing with grays is that they all work well together. So you can mix it with the cool grays, the warm grays, and get all that tonal quality in there that you want.
Carol, do you paint minis?
No.
Not yet. That's it.
I scared the absolute crap out of her and told her she was
Yes.
painting on stream
He
today.
told me he was
Here's the
going to
thing,
have me
too.
paint.
Yeah, he said that he he told all of you guys at the
Yeah.
end of the stream that she would be painting today, and
She just fainted.
she got real nervous. I'm like, we watched the stream. We know he didn't say that.
He was
But
there.
still, just hearing
He
it,
did
I'm
it.
like, what? Wait, what? I
I
missed
can't
that.
even paint my nails.
There was another
cannot.
one right above that too that I thought was very nice. It was to you. No, it was above the one right above that one right there. Your son is amazing, freely shares information, and is a very giving person and a great personality to.
Yes,
You guys
I
better
agree.
quit. My hats aren't going to fit.
I agree.
He's an okay
Brent,
guy.
that's why we do this. We do it for you. All we want you to do is, in return, is to paint. That's
Yep.
it.
Thank you, everybody, by the way. It is not lost on me.
What
The
is-
compliments
whoa.
are great.
Whoa, wait a second. What was that?
Hey, stop touching the bronze, Chris.
Whoa.
We all know you have this fetish.
Whoa! What did I just see?
We all know you have this fetish. I need you to stop touching
Bronze, everybody. Just a touch of bronze. That's all we need.
Stop
Source,
touching the bronze. It's inappropriate.
it's in a probe.
Inappropriate.
Source says, when using an airbrush, do you do a 3-stage base coat, shadow base, and midtone? Or would you just go from dark to light in 3 steps, or do a zenithal in between to punch the vibrancy of the next color? Good question, Source.
I do both. It depends on the model and how I'm looking to paint it. This one I did a 3-stage zenithal, you might call it, using colored primers and then bright pale yellow because I wanted the the red to be super punchy. So I knew the bright pale yellow would get a punchy red, but I wanted the shadows to be that dark purple and red oxide. So dark purple, red oxide, bright pale yellow gave me a really good build up to then put red over. So technically it's a 4-color workup on the red, underpainting
Yeah.
with zenithal. Right? A lot of times we think when we talk pre-highlighting or zenithal highlighting that you're talking about black and white. It's just dark and bright. You don't have to use any specific color. You can do zenithal with dark purple and taupe, right? Think in terms of if you're going to do your airbrush, what would you like to have the final color look like? If you can get there with dark jade, bright jade, and then just spray those 3 colors and get the transition you want, do that. Then you don't have to worry about glazing. If, like with this red, I knew there is no way to get this punchy red by just going dark red, mid-red, red, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're putting bright red over a darker color, it's never going to get you as bright a red as you want, right? The zenithal with black and white makes your red go pink, right? Until you just overpower the white portion of the pre-highlight with the red, which makes the red just how it would be out of the bottle anyway. Whereas glazing with the airbrush over the bright pale yellow gave me this really bright red out of bold pyro red that allows the bold pyro the way it normally is to be the midtone, and then the shadows fall over the purple and the red oxides. And that was my goal there. So the answer is yes, you can do either. It really just depends on what your outcome is, what color you're wanting to do, things like that. I'm not reading that.
Phoenix.
You can see where it came from.
Frigid. Very nice of you.
Yes.
I'm not reading that.
He's-
These people are lying. They're trying to get
He
brownie
is-
points out of my
yeah,
mom.
he is just okay. What are we doing? He's just
They're
like
trying to get brownie points out of my mom.
okay.
I don't know what they're wanting.
I
here.
knew
Free
this was gonna
jewelry?
happen, chat. You open the, hey, give a mouse a cookie.
Spatsnat wants to know if Jason ate paint as a child.
Mom, careful.
Hold. Did Jason
Say no.
eat paint as a child?
Only the lead from the window.
All right. I'm going to be honest. No, not that I know of.
That was close.
I
thought we were
did
gonna
like
have
the
a legal
taste of
battle.
silly putty, not gonna lie.
Silly putty.
The saltiness of silly putty was pretty
Oh.
You mean
Wow.
like Play-Doh? Like
good. Play-Doh, that's what I mean,
Yeah.
Play-Doh. Not
Oh,
silly putty.
Yuck.
I have the silly putty egg here, so.
especially
So
the
salty.
homemade Play-Doh.
Yes, so
Yikes.
salty.
Not touch of bronze. Tired moron has a question.
Did you just call him Touch of Bronze?
No, somebody said, Darth Mullen said, torch of bronze. Tired moron says, question, how airbrushable are PA paints?
Very.
I've got a real diverse paint caddy with TTC, Citadel, Army Painter, and PA, and I'm curious about how much I'd have to thin PA to get it to run good.
So I didn't thin any, well, it's not going to make sense to you, but I didn't thin any of the paints on this cloak except for the red.
Right.
All of the base coats I didn't. What else do I have around here that I've airbrushed a lot on? Yeah, I mean, a lot of times for my base coats, I don't thin at all because it gives me more vibrant colors on the base and it sprays very well. And then I start thinning for my midtones as I'm layering, and definitely on my highlights as I'm putting highlights on. And then when I go to my brightest colors, I tend to it depends on the stage I'm at the model.
Brian says, question about bronze. The paint in my bottle is thicker than all the other colors I have. Is that normal, or is it just the bottle I have?
It's a thicker paint.
It's
but
real
it still
bronze.
should be fluid enough to where you just put a little bit of water on your brush and you're good to go.
Real bronze flake, by the way. We have we lose a lot of money every bronze bottle we sell. So it's real
Tin
bronze.
and copper.
It's real bronze.
LaPlante Live said, how would someone know the taste of Play-Doh? But I think the real question is, how does someone not? I think everyone tastes
LaPlante
Play-Doh,
Live,
right?
The homemade Play-Doh.
I
Yeah,
would
the
say a
homemade
lot of
kind.
people.
I
have
don't
eaten
know
Play-Doh.
what Play-Doh in a can tastes like.
It's nice and
It smells
salty.
good. I like the smell of the actual, like
Isn't
the store-bought
Play-Doh
Play-Doh.
Yeah.
supposed to
But
be
the-
edible?
Yeah. I mean, it's made. You can
For
cook it in your
kids.
kitchen. I mean, you're not supposed to like swallow it. I don't think.
Don't
but-
eat
No, but like
Play-Doh.
homemade Play-Doh, isn't it like flour, water, and salt or
It's
something?
something.
Yeah.
It's just
yeah.
half
Something
a
very
bread.
uber
simple.
salty.
Yeah, it's super salty though.
Ogre says, do you thin only with water when airbrushing?
Water and a little bit of glazed wash medium generally.
Ugh, silly put.
So I will use the glazed wash medium. Depending on if I'm actually glazing with it or wanting it super thin, I might do 1-to-1, 2-to-1 glazed wash medium, and then an equal amount of water. As I want more opacity, obviously I lessen the amount of glazed wash and water that I'm using because they're diluting for both viscosity and opacity.
Turin, how thin would Play-Doh have to be to airbrush it? Very, 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 very thin,
Don't try it.
watery, very thin.
Let's not airbrush Play-Doh.
I think you should try it once, but just
Not with my brush.
yeah, I would just expect for a very horrible
Not with
outcome.
my brush.
Really, just like trying to get it out of there. Maybe make like one of those little spaghetti strands or something. I don't know. Get crazy. Awkwardish says, "You've all singing y'all. We always sing y'all's praises, and for a good reason. You're all are great humans. We all know that Jason, and by extension, Mon you Mom, love that is the reason we have this wonderful, diverse, welcoming, talented, and all around rat community of nerds. The paint is great. The
Yay.
people are better, and Jason brought us all together. There you go. Look at that.
My mom can't believe that because she knows
Awkwardish.
me. She's like, he's a cantankerous old fart. How are you telling me he's so nice?
Oh, now come on.
Frigid. Chris, did you drink food coloring as a kid? No.
Did you drink
know
what?
Food coloring.
Oh, yeah,
No.
just straight, no
Just straight
chaser.
Food coloring. No, I
That was
did
his
not.
favorite thing.
I loved food coloring growing up. That was me.
Blue number 4,
Blue number 4.
Sign me
Just
up.
get straight to the point.
straight to the point.
I don't
Red
even
number
think-
5.
Red number 5. I mean, what other company owner teaches a free 2-hour painting class every day?
What other company owner can paint? say
Booker,
that
you
out
found
loud?
out our secret.
Did I say that out loud? Sorry.
Booker, that's why we do this. We have the best FAQ in the hobby industry because it's right here. Don't take them to the FAQ, just take them to it live. Butter plus food coloring equals solid cookies. That's right. Okay.
What?
Butter plus food coloring
Butter?
equals what?
Solid cookies, says Torin.
Just butter and food coloring? That's it? I don't
Why not?
know how that would
I'm-
work.
How's that make it solid somehow? Butter
We'll
would
figure it
melt.
out. When is Monument making food coloring dyes? TBD.
No, I'm not. Although I am working on a project where I have to be looking at natural flavors just to get to throw that out there.
Yep.
What? What are you talking about?
Yep.
Are you gonna tell everybody?
No,
You just can't just do that.
I just did.
You can't just do that on purpose.
I just did.
What do you mean food coloring? What? Natural what?
I just did.
Hmm.
You don't get to tell me what
I don't
can
buy
do.
it. I don't buy
You're
it.
not the boss of me.
What could it be? Gilliborn says edible paint question mark?
Ha! How great would
Spritz
that
cookies are not just butter.
You just- I know. Awkward.
Just
I know
butter
you
is
just said
butter.
that. I know. I knew everybody's gonna go crazy after that.
It would be colored
That one, Bobby.
better.
Jason, Chris, can you do zenithal highlighting without an airbrush? Maybe using a dry brush.
Dry brush, sure. Yep.
I also just do rattle can. I
rattle
like.
can, we do it. Dry brush, you can do it. Heck, a regular paintbrush can do it if you're, in a pinch, but it takes a lot more time. I've shown people how to do, just value sketching with a regular paintbrush. It does take a lot of time, right? Because you're basically painting the model in black and white to do that. The dry brush is quick. The dry brush, you need to do it a little less dry than you would for your normal detailing dry brush.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to get a lot of texture you may or may not want. So just be careful with that. But yeah, it works great.
Papa Chicken says, when trying to do the tiniest spectral highlights on lenses, is it always feels like a race against time for the tip drying? Yeah. When the heavy titanium white give me more time.
Will heavy titanium white give me more time? Where is my silver? Oh, it's right here. I put silver over here and I couldn't get to it.
When trying to do those little lens highlights, Jason, you talk about this when using a tiny brush.
Yeah, I think that your bigger thing is to use a bigger brush. Because it's the weight of paint on the brush. How much paint can the brush hold will make the paint last longer for you. Now, that's tough because you may not have a larger brush that holds a point big enough to do the tiny highlights. And at that point in time, thin your paint more. And then just have a very delicate touch so that it doesn't extend, real far out and puddle when you put it on the area you're trying to get it on.
Mally says, hello, Mrs. Jason, Mom.
Mally.
Love from France.
Hey, Mally.
Hello,
Mally.
hello.
Mally runs our
I've seen your
French-
picture.
French warehouse.
Shout out to Mally. Mally, it's late for you.
EU director.
Yay.
Yes, Mally is our.
This is the kids are in
he's
bed.
Deep in EU,
Yeah.
Mally.
Mally's
late.
drinking libations.
Mally's
here
there too.
Nice.
Hello.
Kids are in bed.
The EU Dream Team.
You dream team. That's right.
Brew
Burrito says, Mrs. Jason's mom. Where did Jason get his musical taste from?
They're being very creative with how they address you.
I know. I'm getting a lot of new names
Yeah.
today.
Mrs. Jason's mom. I like that one.
Boy, I don't know because his musical taste has gone the full gamut, I think.
Oh, I see.
I didn't
mean, it's
produce
no-
country music, Mom.
It's no
so.
white girl mixtape, but
You know.
there's some
Jeez,
variants.
my
for
folks
sure.
are really supportive. They would come to my shows.
Oh, yes.
They've seen
Everybody
us
would
do
think
punk
we were
rock,
narcs.
hip hop, you name it,
That
heavy
was,
metal.
that was crazy.
I was in a thrash band in Dallas that was insane. Opened up for Gwar. I think you guys came to the Gwar show, didn't you? Was that just Tony?
Might have been just Tony. I don't remember going to that. I do remember going to a lot of the shows. So, of course we did.
How did Sark says, how did you react to Jason's first tattoo?
Better than my mom.
I've heard that story.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised at all. And, he gave me one. My homie.
Mrs. Jason's mama. Did you always know Jason would be an artist and an entrepreneur, or are you holding out for him to become a doctor?
Or am I holding out for what?
For him to become a doctor.
Please, no, Jason, no doctor. I pretty much have always known he'd be some kind of artist, probably all the kinds of artists. And I think he's pretty much made it with all the kinds of art. He's even come and gotten certified in doing the same kind of metal clay I do.
Yep.
Nice.
With me.
Yep.
That
We
was
did that
fun.
in New Mexico. That was a lot of fun. That class was awesome.
Source says, question, Plague Marines painted in yellow, green, flesh wash, or brown wash? Says Source. Source, I might need more question from that. What are you looking for? What do you want, Source?
Oh, I think it's the Plague Marine is yellow green,
It
should
is
he
yellow
use
green.
flesh
Yep.
wash or brown wash?
So you're wanting to do a what with the wash
Is
source?
that
You're just
did I
all
interpret
over.
that
Flesh
correctly?
wash,
I
the
think
flesh
so.
wash could bring in a little bit of a rusty feel because it has a reddishness to it.
Okay.
That could be cool. The brown is obviously going to be just really good earthy tones to dull it down, which you could
Got it.
then do. So you know what I think? I think the brown wash is probably your best starting point,
Okay.
and then bring a little bit of flesh wash into maybe some of the smaller areas afterwards, right? Where you want it to maybe look a little rusty. That could be really cool.
There will
Yeah.
never be one of those.
Bearded Mini says Jason ought to make a texture trainer based on his mom.
They've been saying that all week.
Lil Billy said one of the Guar members is a local at his game store.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome. I've done a
Wow.
lot, but yeah, this was a
Oh, that's-
long time ago.
Nice.
I was playing with a band called Domestic Violence.
Yep.
And we opened up for Gwar at, good God, I don't even remember where it was. Someplace downtown Dallas. And in Houston.
November.
And, that was the Houston show. I tell it all the time. That was the
Yeah.
Houston show where they came and took his apparatus away from him.
Okay.
Yep, we've heard that story.
And
Man.
so he dropped trow on stage saying, I'm growing a new one.
Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. Oh
If you
my
know Gwar, you know what I'm talking about.
Dealer of Death, 110 months.
Dealer, what is going
What?
on?
Wow,
Dealer, long time.
Just hopping in to show how
Supporter.
big of a liar I am. That is a long time.
That is a huge lying streak. Thank you so much, Dealer.
Wow. November says, if I wanted to thin my metallics for opacity but not viscosity, is that what the metallic medium is for?
Yes, 100%. It can do that very, very well.
Nice.
Good call.
There's clay in that paint.
I would assume the glaze and wash medium would knock the shine down a lot.
Clay.
The glaze and wash medium is very matte, so yes, it could very well dilute the shine. So you're much better off with a metallic medium because it is colorless. It will get you to thin the color out without knocking the shine down and without limiting your viscosity and making it all watery. I typically just use water. You know, I'm a madman. Everything I do thinning all the paints is just with water most of the time. But until you're super comfortable with that, the mediums all do a great job. Gloss varnish can work really, really well for diluting metallics as well. So
there you go.
think in that term, because then you actually create more shine and don't have to worry about it with the. But the metallic medium adds more metal flake in too. So, you know, the gloss does not. So the gloss spreads the flake out further. The metallic medium puts a lot more flake into the paint while also diluting the color of it. So
Yeah.
up to you. They're all available to do different things with.
Mrs. Jason's mom, would you hold a brush with your left or right hand? Much love.
She's a righty.
Right.
Right hand.
She's a freaking traitorous righty.
Weirdo.
I like this idea.
Jason's mom is a fancy Hobbit clothes. We could do
A
that.
frameable and
Oh,
in
who could
fantasy
she
clothes.
be from like the Hobbit?
Like
She
the
could be
Hobbit?
like a one of the ancient elves.
She could be.
More like a dwarf.
Oh, you could be like one of the hobbits.
The Hobbit.
Could be. Hobbit or dwarf.
Rosie
You could
Cotton.
do her like Rosie Cotton.
Mally says, I think you have, yep.
What's that?
No, Mally was saying, think how you use metallics, mix the regular matte paint, and then punch the pure metallics on the highlights. Yep. Yep. Follow on noob question. Do traditional washes bring down the shine of true metallic paints as well?
Yeah, all of our washes are very matte, so they will knock the sheen down a little bit. You can put gloss varnish back over to pick the shine right back up. Remember, if anytime you use a matte varnish, if like I matte varnish the models when I'm done, but it'll make your metallics dull. But you can go back with a thin down gloss varnish and hand paint it back over your metallics and bring the shine back. You can do that for anything.
We miss.
If you do water effects and you matte varnish your model, you don't have to tape the water effects off. You can let them be matte and then put gloss varnish over them. They come right back. You can see through the water again and everything. It's magic.
We missed that question came from Poop Tempest.
Poop
From who?
Tempest.
Poop Tempest.
Yeah.
Poop
Tempest.
Tempest. In today's giveaway are some delicious baked goods from Mom. No, I don't think you brought baked goods today.
Mom, tell them how good a chef you are.
I used to bake stuff. No, not good chef anymore.
We don't make a satin varnish, so I don't know. But yes, it should.
You could do matte with. Some
That's
of
why
the
I said
gloss.
thin down. No, don't put the matte in with it. Just thin the gloss varnish down is your best bet.
To make satin varnish, you would just mix the two, right? Matte. And
Yeah,
the
you can
gloss.
make satin to whatever level you want if you're applying it for its sheen there.
Yeah.
I would not mix the matte in when going over the metallic. You could. I mean, it's not off the limits, but
Source is saying, are the yellow greens considered olive greens? ?
it depends. They're not quite what I would consider to be olives. The yellow green itself is ish. It's not olives. I think of drab.
Yeah.
And when I get into drabs, they're not desaturated enough to be that way. But yeah, olive colors typically have more yellow in the green.
The fire
A little bit of blue.
Christmas.
So Lil Billy is like, for some
Lil
reason,
Billy really wants
Christopher
this.
is Lil Billy's mortal enemy.
Really?
We don't know why.
Who knows? We
he's
just
got
know
a
that
We
they're.
know.
very,
we
very
know.
You know,
much
Chris doesn't like to
deep
tell
down.
the truth
What?
about what happened.
The month of December was
so
like
nice.
it was a, he
There
took
were-
the month off.
It was a ceasefire.
Yes, it was a
Is what we call
ceasefire.
that.
A
We had a
truce, if you
ceasefire. That's
will.
hilarious.
There
Yeah.
was a moment of peace.
Little Billy was actually
for
nice
time
to him
around
for
the
a while.
holidays. He was very
Very
I
nice.
put this in a cup.
And then
It's better.
January came along, and it's back to the old ways.
I think chat would really like it, or maybe I'll do this for chat. Carol, chat really wants you to fire me publicly live.
I see that.
could
and
you
that,
could you say that for the chat?
Just say,
what?
Chris, you're fired.
No.
Wow, Team Carol.
Oh, here you go.
I think
Here, make it
that.
easy.
Oh, wait,
Make it
no.
easy.
What is that? Oh, I knew it. There you go, chat. I know they. I know
He
they all
made
wanted
me.
that.
I'm sorry.
Hey, that's okay, Carol. You did it for the greater good.
I didn't do it. Wasn't me.
There you go, chat. I knew you
I was here
wanted that.
painting.
Hawkin Ogen, thank you so much for that sub, by the way. Hey, okay, so we're getting towards. We got 30 minutes left to stream. If you all didn't know, make sure you sign up for the giveaway. And here are little details about the giveaway. Make sure you click that link and read everything. There's a little bit of section there with a bunch of text and all that. Make sure you read through that. Essentially, you only have to sign up for the year of the giveaway once. We're doing a giveaway every week, and all you have to do is click that link, submit your information, and you are in the massive pool, essentially. We pick a name towards the end of stream or whenever on stream. We'll probably do that very soon. So make sure you sign up for that. There it is. And you'll have to do it once, and you're in.
This bronze is so good.
It is actually very good.
This is
Let me
what we're creating here is the bronze workup that we did
Yeah.
on the Aristarch and the Polemark.
Uh-huh.
And it's all just done with dark bronze, a wash of petroleum brown, and then a wash of brown gray.
Uh-huh.
And it gives us a really nice deep bronze that is very oiled looking. That then the gold again stands off very much. You know, you got the rich gold brooch and the sword hilt, and so the gold stuff on his arm, the badges, all stand very proud of the way we do this bronze. It's really, really good.
Vigilantist Artistry says, odd question. I have some clear resin smoke plumes for my intercessor minis. How would you go about priming them? Because I want to try to painting to see through the throughness of them with fluorescence.
You would use a matte
Try
varnish.
I want to try to paint. Oh, okay, I
Prime
see.
with matte varnish.
Throughness. Okay.
Matte varnish will make it to where you can't see through them anymore, but
Oh.
don't worry. As soon as you apply a paint over the top of the matte
Right.
varnish, you'll get your see-through nature back.
Got
But it won't give you an opaque color over the top. That's the big mistake a lot of people do, is that as soon as you prime a clear thing, well, obviously it's not clear anymore. You can't see it. You can't prime it with like black or white or anything like that, gray. So prime it with matte varnish. A clear matte varnish can be used as a clear primer.
Oh, yeah,
It's
this
not
is
going to be super sturdy, so don't expect to be able to like tape off over it and dry brush over it. But if you're just going to let it dry and then use normal paint, then you're great. It'll work great.
Black Sword says, what does mom think of her son streaming painting miniatures to over 200 people online? Did you ever think like that would happen in the wildest dreams? Hey, there's 294 of you technically,
What?
including YouTube and Twitch.
Yes. I could totally imagine him, not necessarily the painting miniatures, but doing something in front of people. Yes.
That's
Are you
great.
saying I'm an exhibitionist?
He's also running for mayor.
Well, you didn't run around naked, but you were always, an exhibitionist. Yes.
That's fun. the the quote. Little Billy says, speaking of that, Monument Hobbies on December 29th at 2:13 MSC, Chris said, I don't know what to do with myself
Time-stamped and
anymore."
everything.
Wow. Little Billy, I'm not buying these timestamps. You need to send me a Google. You need to send me a YouTube timestamp link of the live chats. I ain't buying this. I ain't buying this. In December 2:13 MST, I don't know. I don't buy it. Mally says, Mrs. Jason's mom. What's the worst story
Mum?
you can tell? Mum.
Okay.
Yes.
We've traveled the globe now.
What's the worst story you can tell us about Jason that is family friendly? We're circling back. Earlier it was Jason wanting to was trying to rip his face off or something like that.
Yeah, but
What's
I
a family
do
friendly
think
one?
somebody asked about what I thought of his first tattoo.
Yeah.
And after remembering a little bit past that answer, isn't the way that your gran found that out was because it was in the newspaper?
It was in the newspaper. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. The
Your
way the world found out about most of the world found out about my first tattoo is that it was on the front page of the entertainment section of the Dallas Times-Herald newspaper.
What? How does
Because
that
they had done an expose on our band, and we actually I still have the paper at home.
I've seen it.
I should bring it. Oh, we brought it.
Wow.
We brought it and showed it on stream, but it's been years. But I was on the front page was the picture of my band, all of us in the band, and then a picture of my tattoo. That was all it was. And then we got top billing over the release of Tom Cruise's
Cruise.
Days of Thunder.
Yeah.
That was the weekend Days of Thunder came out. We got the
What?
Friday, and we got the top billing on that page. We were the headliner of the entertainment page over Tom Cruise. That's my claim to fame right there.
Wow.
That and the video from Kevin Bacon.
Wow.
Oh yeah, and Kevin Bacon's my BFF.
That's a great story.
But then
Yeah, but
wasn't
that
it
was
like
it.
your...
I got oh my god, I got
called-
a call from a girl
Yeah.
I had a crush on in high school. Never dated, never talked to her past high school. And
And she was like, yeah.
and her
that's cool.
mother calls me. Yeah.
Scandal.
Her mom calls me and says, Jason, tell me that's fake. I'm like, who the hell are you?
Tell me that's
I
fake.
don't remember that.
Wow. That's funny.
Who the hell are you?
That's a great story.
Yep, because that was back in the day before the internet.
Yeah.
So the newspaper was all the dirt, man.
Wow, that's cool. Mally, great question.
Thanks, Mally.
Source says, on a question streak here, must be because I'm sitting here painting. Hey, that's the best place to be.
That's all we
New to
can ask.
airbrushing beyond priming, can you recommend? You reckon I can zenithal highlight a Space Marine with a 0.4 needle, or should I swap to a 0.2?
You can do it with a 0.4, sure. Again, trigger control will make
yeah.
up for any kind of aperture problem or pressure problem. If you feel like you know how to work the trigger well, then and by work the trigger, it's that paint, no paint zone, right? It's that when you press down and get air and you start pulling back, there's a spot where it starts giving you more resistance and you start getting paint. Learn to paint right there. Do most of your painting right there, because once you start pulling back, you can get a little bit of paint. A little more pull gives you a lot of paint, and then being able to let go to get much less gives you a very good narrow band of control on how to feather paint onto the model. Now, there's times where you'll horse it all the way back when you're base coating. You just want lots of paint. But for 99% of what you're doing when you start doing detail work, it's right there in what I call that paint, no paint zone. You really want to be riding that fine line where you can let go and get nothing and pull back and get some.
Yeah.
And get your hand-eye coordination and your muscle memory right there, because then you can do anything. And it doesn't matter about, I won't say it doesn't matter needle size. You're not going to take an HPLV auto paint gun and paint your Space Marine with it, because no matter what you do, you're not going to overcome the fact that that needle is like a half an inch big. But as you're painting with these, a 0.4 it won't do the fine detail like a 0.3, because when it does start putting out paint, it'll put it out in a bigger circle.
Yeah.
So you can't get it in like, halo the eye the same way. So that's why you'll go down in aperture size, is when you want to get in to do really fine line work or really fine area detail, you might go to a 0.2. I paint everything with a 0.3, and then we have a 0.2 that I can use if necessary, but I don't ever really find myself needing it.
Here's a question for you, Jason.
Yeah. Planning to paint a Black Legion tank with dark plum shadows and Payne's gray base coat. I love it. Toned down by black glaze and yeah, hell yeah, it is. That'd be great. That's exactly what this guy is. Right? Exactly what this guy is. He's dark plum. You can see the dark plum. in the shadows.
He's a chunky boy. I remember
Payne's
this
gray,
guy.
and then black transparent over the top of that. Or maybe it's black wash. I can't remember if you use black wash or black transparent. You get a really good dusty bluish black armor. It's a fantastic way to do armor for Space Marines and grim dark stuff because it gives you kind of a built-in dirtiness to it, and the underglow of the plum is chef's kiss.
Nice.
And Christopher, he is husky, not chunky.
Who?
He's husky.
Me?
Husky.
Yeah,
Who's
you're husky.
called me
buddy.
that? You're fire banned.
He just banned the boss.
Oh, I'll ban
That
you.
just happened.
No,
I'm not saying you are
no.
husky. I said that model is husky.
Oh, I thought you said Christopher's husky.
No, I
I'm
said
like,
Christopher.
Oh no!
He's husky,
He just fired
not
Jen
chunky.
live.
I thought somebody.
Fired and banned her.
I thought
So
someone.
not only is she fired, she can't come back and argue about it.
No, I thought somebody in chat said I was.
Just
No,
mute
no,
her
no,
mic,
no.
Chris, because
Oh,
you've
no.
done it now. Just
Jen
mute
would.
her mic.
Jen would never betray me like that.
No,
she would
I
never
would not.
betray me.
Christmas in July.
You should hear the way
Chris,
she talks
I
about
know.
you when we're at home.
4th of July and December.
This guy.
Do you plan on keeping that Chris for real?
I would ask that question. What are you talking about? Here's a great
It sounded
question.
exactly like you. I'm getting good at this.
I thought there was 2 Jens in the room. That was wild. Earl Tedley says, how do you thin down something like olive flesh for glazing without it leaving a kind of chalky residue? I've been trying to glaze and building up from caramel brown. Is it just unavoidable for paints with a lot of white in it?
No, it means you're not taking off enough of the paint off of your brush. Let me show you. Olive flesh is right here.
It's one of the best colors out
Right?
there,
Olive flesh.
if not the best.
He's gonna get all berry white in the microphone when we start using olive flesh.
Oh,
Right.
That's good.
So olive flesh has a lot of white to it, and you are correct. You can get chalkiness with it. The whole idea when glazing with any color is that you wick most of the color away. If you fail to wick most of the color away, then you will wind up swimming in pigment that you can't control. And that's where the chalkiness comes from. It builds up in weird ways. Yeah, it's a punch in. So when I go over here, I'm loading my brush up. I'm just going to use a number 4 synthetic on this, and I'm going to just use water, a bunch of water on the brush, right? And so I've got a ton of very, very thin olive flesh, okay? Mm-hmm. If I were to take this and just I'm just going to glaze on this mushroom top, okay? So if I just take it like it is right now, very, very thin, and I start glazing with it, I'm going to get way too much material, right? And that material is you can see it already swimming on the pigment, on the primer layer, right? So you can see how it just kind of bunches up. And then I'm going to be moving this around, trying to get it to go. It's just too wet. And so I'll move it all away, and what's left has had way too much material in the form of water or thinner or whatever. Even if I can get it to look smooth, that's going to dry chalky. You can already see spots in there where pigment is starting to cluster. It's because it's too wet. So now what I do is I take my brush, and that's why I have this thumb palette. I get rid of most of the paint. It feels like you're really wasting most of the paint. And now when you go in and I start doing this, let's just do it down here. Now you don't swim in pigment, and now you're going to have to maybe build up an extra layer, but now my pigment's going to go exactly where I want it, very controlled and very smooth, and not give me all that spotting, right? And now I can get it to where my pigment just stays where my brush stroke ends, and I can blend that much easier. And you let that dry and then go in with it again, and it avoids all that initial big pigment buildup here, even though you might have to do a couple more layers.
Could you do that over that brown too?
Yeah.
I think that'd be I definitely, that chalkiness thing is something I deal with too.
Yeah. Right, so again, I've got very thin paint. I'm going to get rid of most of it so that most of the water comes off on my thumb. And then when I come over here and I want to start glazing like up towards the top of the skull here, just all of my brush strokes wind up delivering an even amount of material. I don't get big puddles, right? And I get a nice smooth transition.
Yeah.
And I won't get any chalkiness there. And then you don't ever want to leave an open edge like this. You come back here and, maybe do it from the bottom edge and start at that eye area and just kind of blend that in, right? And keep moving around. You notice that even though I took a lot of that paint off on my thumb, look how much pigment I've got working. Keep all your brush strokes going towards where you want your highlight to be. In this case, because I'm using a bright color. Don't ever do your paint strokes back in another direction. And then just keep building it up until you get the paint looking the way you want it to. Don't overwork it. I'm overworking this area, so I'm probably going to tear the paint if I'm not careful. I did right there. Right.
Nice.
But that will be smooth when it dries. Other than the fact that I tore it here by going too wet. I overworked it too many times. but you can see this area has already got that kind of, it's dry like one color and then spots of another. This doesn't have that. This just has the area where I built up pigment along this edge right here. And then this one would be really smooth, except that you can see where I tore because it's too wet. It's creating that halo.
Yeah.
Because you really should just put one layer of the glaze on and then move on.
There you go. How to avoid chalkiness.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what color you're doing. The reason that you don't see it with darker colors is because they don't create as much contrast on the model, but they create the same chalkiness. They have the exact same effect. It has nothing to do with the white. The white only makes the color brighter and create more contrast, which shows you more of the problem. The dark colors have the exact same problem. You just don't see it because they don't generate the visual contrast.
And great follow-up question. Lunchbox says, can't overworking paints with white in them also lead to chalky finishes?
Nah, it's not any different than any other paint.
There you go.
The white doesn't have much of anything to do with it. It's just the fact that the contrast that you're seeing is much brighter, and so you're noticing the problem.
Little Billy, none of your timestamps are real. None of this is real. You're just making that stuff
November
up.
14th,
all my
at
timestamps have
exactly
been real because I'm
22
petty and you are my
PM.
nemesis.
If you have real timestamps, Billy, you need to send them to me in real time.
Why would he send them to you?
I need them. I want proof. And I won't accept your little quips here in chat. I want real timestamps shared via YouTube. Earl Teddy says, so I guess you'd see more too if you glazed a darker color over white.
Now what?
You could, yeah. It would, because it's reverse, it's always funky. The darker colors never show the same visibility. But yeah, I don't know that I've ever glazed a dark color over white to really see it that way. If I was glazing it into a shadow probably. But it'd be a good test. I'm doing Payne's gray wash over the silver stuff right now, which was just dark silver and silver.
Jason,
Sir.
you know we're doing a giveaway today.
No way. I told you last time, no more giving stuff away.
What are we going to give away?
Well, I
Maybe we'll
hold
give
my
away
mom responsible for today's giveaway. That way I don't have to take any responsibility for it.
Carol, what are we going to give away today?
I'm wondering if you have a paint kit
Oh,
that has some of the paints that Jason's been using today.
what have you been using, Jason?
I have been using metallics all day.
We could do metallic set.
Do a metallic set?
Oh!
A metallic set, and let's do this. Let's sweeten the pot. Let's do the metallics and one of each wash. Right?
Cool.
So that's like 7 washes. Yeah, 7 washes and the metallic set. How about that? Because that's what I've been doing today. That's a great way to do it. That's a good one, Mom.
Look at that.
Nice.
Chat, you heard her. That's what's going to happen. We're going to do it in a little bit. So if you are not already a part of the giveaway, here you go. Hit this link right there. Make sure you sign up, and we're going to pull that in about five-ish minutes.
Tim, you made it back in time. We haven't done it yet.
Yeah, towards 350. Also, tip it. That's how Gabe got into Monument Pro Acryl.
Metallics.
Metallic set. Yeah, Philip gave it to him for, I think, a Christmas gift.
Yeah, that's right. You said Philip get him it as a Christmas gift.
Yeah, that's how we got him into it. The mo you know.
So Philip,
We
who
know
you
him all.
met today, he was one of the first ones
Yeah.
you met over there.
Oh, nice.
He was the one that brought in all these others.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So he's friends outside of work with Christopher and Gabe.
I've known
and-
Philip since 2nd grade.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, I've known Philip a long
That's the best
time.
when you get those old friends you've known forever.
Oh,
through
yeah.
thick and thin.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then Gabe's whole family works here pretty much. Shannon, his
That's
mom, who
true.
we met.
They
And
all
then
work.
His brother Jesse works for us.
That's great.
Yeah. We had his younger sister up until
Recently.
December.
Yep.
Yeah, Shalebi only left in December.
Yeah, she left in December.
And she's going to Adepticon.
Oh, she is?
Yep, she's
She is.
contracted and doing Adepticon for
Nice.
us,
Cool.
I think.
She loves the shows and
No,
she's
free
great
pub,
at them,
sick
so that
crap.
makes a lot of good sense.
The Fisher family is okay.
They're all right.
I just want to publicly say that. They are fine. Okay? No free pub for the Fisher family. Okay? They're just okay. 50-50. That's
well,
it. I
yeah,
have to just say
I was
that.
going to say that,
legally.
well, no, Shannon's better than 50-50, but she's Canadian, so.
That's okay. I see.
She's an Edmonton Oilers fan.
Oh no!
Even worse.
Yeah.
She's a reformed Canadian.
Yes, here is that giveaway link, by the way. Right there. And now it's all you have to do. And if you're worried, Chris, I don't know if I'm a part of the giveaway, hit that link and try to submit your stuff, and you'll be brought to a screen where it says you've already submitted. See, chat? Is it so much better than having to spam bing, 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 giveaway, giveaway, giveaway?
Are you ready to
See?
get up? Or you just shifting?
That's what we do for you. So I'm going to get it ready. So
Yeah, I was just thinking
350
the
we're gonna
same
do
thing
it.
about
Chat.
the models.
350.
reran.
350.
Like, whoa.
I have an essentially, just like I was saying, you only have to do this once this year, unless you win, which then we pull your name, and then they'll be pulled back in for a bigger giveaway towards the end of the year. But all you have to do is once. Make sure your real name is in there, or your Twitch or your YouTube handle, whatever name I pull is the one we're gonna get called. So if you're not here, you won't get called. Well, you will
Aw.
get called.
Rocco just said that the stream with J-Mom has been my favorite.
Nice.
Oh, my goodness.
We had a great time.
Nice.
Highest rated stream of all time. Jason's mom. Mom, you can't
Avian, it's
leave.
Jason's mom is the guest.
That's right.
Mom, you can't leave. You
That's
gotta
right.
stay.
I gotta stay, huh?
Phoenix is home now. Welcome.
Welcome.
You
Where-
live with Chris now.
Where the summers are
Chris has got an
unbearable.
extra bedroom.
Summers are just, I think I'd die.
It's pretty hot here. Yes.
Yeah, it's a little
Pretty brutal.
toasty. It's a little toasty. I will say that. Torin is Jason's mom's coming back for another stream, right?
Yeah, we can bring her back.
I mean, we
At
might get
some
her
point,
back
yes.
in. She's
Hey.
here for another week. Week
That's
and a
right.
half.
Here.
Soak it all in, chat. Soak
She's
it
here for a
all
long
in.
time, not a good time, as Chris would say.
Nice.
Thalin RPG says, Love and Pain's gray as a base for steel and finally found a Caucasian skin tone I'm happy with your tan flesh. Thanks, guys. Hey, thank you for giving us a try.
Awesome. Yeah.
We
Thanks for
appreciate
picking
that.
it up.
They really want a Jason's mom jewelry making stream. That's what we should have had you do.
Oh my gosh. If as long as I didn't necessarily have to explain what I was
That's okay.
doing.
We just want to watch. Want to watch how the bread
It's
gets made.
really cool stuff the way
Oh,
she does it.
Mally said you've got an open invite to France.
There you go.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
told that they are amazing hosts. So you should probably jump on that one.
Oh, that's a good question, Commando. Would you rather have your hot summers or have the snow the rest of us just got? I would take the summers
Yeah.
every single day.
I think I
Every
will too.
single
I love
day.
the heat, so for me it doesn't matter. But the
Well, at least it doesn't have the humidity.
yes,
And I
Oh,
can't
my
handle
goodness.
heat and humidity.
Ugh.
But
It's a dry heat.
yeah,
It's a dry heat.
just have a squirt bottle and you can survive. You like no? Well, I'm good now. An all-star stream with
Blue steel.
Poppy.
Jason's mom, Poppy, and Gabe. They don't need the rest of us. That's
They don't need
fine.
Oh.
Poppy, you have to come with me. Jeez, I'm
Poppy
just
hasn't tainted
tired.
yet.
Where's my bed?
Yeah.
-41 in Wisconsin. What are you doing?
Move.
Oh,
Oh
you
no.
chose
Uh-uh.
this.
whoa. Oh man. Wad said, "What if you had the heat, humidity, and the snow? The magic of Chicago."
Hey, Source has asked this question a few times. Can
Yeah,
you...
sure. Any chance you would create a Triads paint brochure showing off some recommendation combinations of your paints for us who don't think in those terms of color theory?
I guess.
Where-
There's no reason why we couldn't. There aren't going to be a whole. People have asked me for this over the
Yeah.
years,
Uh-huh.
and the question I've always rifled back with is: are you talking about color trios that I would use?
I
Right?
would
like
say
if I were
that.
going to paint something blue, what would be a triad to achieve a really cool blue? Is that what you're asking for?
I think so.
Because that's different than saying how all of our colors in our line work in triads, right? Because that's like there aren't a whole lot,
Yeah.
right? We just don't build paint that way.
Source says yes.
But okay, yeah, I could see doing something like that for sure.
All right.
I
let me
love the
pull
Holy
paint
mine.
gray
exploding
over the
trees.
steel.
I
it
saw a
just
video of
makes
exploding
the yellow
trees.
and browns of the bronze pop even more, especially on this guy where there's more of the steel that I chose to do. But that's just dark silver, and Payne's gray, and you get a really good steel. And right now the bronze is just the dark bronze, light bronze, or a dark bronze, and then the petroleum brown. We'll let that dry because we'll have to put the brown
Your
gray over the
kid's
top of that.
getting
That's
fidgety.
really good.
All right, world. We're gearing up for our giveaway.
Chuck and Jade went for ice cream on Sunday. Who cares about the cold? Ice cream is delicious.
We're
Yep.
gearing up. Hold on, everybody. Hold on to your butts. I'm making my magic. Okay. All right.
Ice cream is better when it's cold out. What?
Are we ready?
I thought ice cream was a hot summer day thing.
Are we ready for the winner of the
All the
remember,
metallics.
all the metallics.
which is all the metallics. So
Yep.
we got to make all the metallics, all
Oh,
the
yeah.
washes.
Yep.
Because remember, dark bronze,
There's a couple, yeah.
Oh yeah, I got you.
dark bronze and steel that I've been using are not in the metallic
Yep.
set.
Yep.
So it will be all the metallics, all the washes.
Yep. All right. Here is the winner of today's giveaway is Chris Last.
What?
Chris Last.
What?
Chris Last.
What?
That's the name.
What?
Chris Last, are you out there?
Chris Last?
Chris Last.
Laughed?
Last.
Last. As in not first?
Chris Last, as in not first.
Last.
Chris
Not
Last, as in not
first.
first. Chris Last.
Chris Last, are you out there? And remember, if you're not here, we move on and do another one.
But you don't get removed if you're not here.
Yeah.
So, but Chris
We
Last, speak
just
up.
have to be
Speak up.
You know him, Jade? Call him up. Tell him
Jade.
to jump on.
Oh, Jade,
quick.
you better. He's got 30 seconds.
Chris Last.
Chris Last.
Chris Last.
Chris Last. Jade.
Who's on?
If you know him, message him. Facebook him. Text him. Yell out your front door.
Jade, if yes, prisoner, we are strict.
Super strict.
We have to be.
But if you're not here, your name doesn't get pulled from the list. You can win again.
Yeah.
Chuck's calling him.
Hey, Chris Last.
Chris Last.
Got to be here in
Chuck
real
is
life.
getting a hold of him. All right.
He better. He's
All
got
right.
to type to me. I'll believe it when I see it.
Well, that works. If we know people that know people.
Like I said, I don't care. You just got to text. You just got to say something in chat. Chris Last.
Yeah.
That's a good
Courtney,
friend right
exactly. That's a good friend right
That is a
there.
good
That's
friend.
a good
Yeah.
friend.
Agreed.
You mean I sat through this whole
insulting Chris and I don't get rewarded for it?
Hey, that's not how the giveaway
Well, Billy,
works.
I see you.
That's the reward, right?
I
That
see
you
you.
got to do it.
I
Okay.
see you.
Jade, he better pick up. If he doesn't,
Let's
I'm
bring
moving
in-
on. Chris Last.
Chris Last.
Chris Last.
Going.
He answers.
Going.
You answered.
Going.
He better. All right, going once.
Going.
Going once.
Going.
He's on his way.
Jade. Going once. I don't know Chris, but he's not here.
Going.
Oh, he better be. I'll give it to him. Nope, not
Hey, his
yet.
car's like gone. We will give you a second if you're known.
Yeah.
You would want that too.
Yeah, there.
If nobody speaks up and says something like Chuck did, though, we run right
No,
over.
yeah, it was.
Oh,
That's
he's iron lungfish. We know
Iron
that. name.
lung-
oh,
Lungfish,
we
Chris
know
yeah,
that.
Last.
iron lungfish. Chris Last. You better be typing Chris Last. I'm gonna give you three more milliseconds of my.
Well, that's already over.
Jade
That's
owes
true.
everyone cookies. I believe Chris Last owes Chuck and Jade.
Yeah, I think
cookies.
Chris Last owes Chuck and Jada metallic all
If
the
he makes
metallics. He's got to say something though. He better. Where are
I think we
you?
got to
If
move
he
on.
wasn't watching the stream, was he really here? Were you really here the whole time?
Who knows? We have said that though.
Well, how do
They
we know
have-
if they're here the whole time?
They have to be. You just have to type. Where are you? Okay, I have to do it. I'm going once.
Oh, Chris Last.
Bummer.
He was on the director's fair. He was one of the directors at Ferry with me. Where is he? Jade, get him in here.
All right, we got to move on.
I got to move
Yeah.
on.
We
Jade,
got to move on.
it's too late.
Unfortunately, we got to move on.
Here we go. Tell them, gotta be here.
You
Okay.
can chat on YouTube, yes.
Yep. Chat works on YouTube. We see it all. Okay.
All right,
The next one.
Who's the winner?
The next winner is Justin Kennedy. Justin Kennedy.
Justin Kennedy.
Where's Justin Kennedy? I
Hopefully
know,
he can
Jade.
go away
It's a
with
tough
the
world.
Justin Kennedy. Iron Lungfish says he's here.
Oh. I did move on.
If Justin Kennedy doesn't
Yeah.
say it,
Justin Kennedy. I see your iron lungfish.
Justin Kennedy.
Justin Kennedy. The drama.
Poop tempest.
The drama. The drama.
You see Justin he's on YouTube. Well, he can chat in YouTube to us.
Yeah. Me devil. Where are you, Justin? Making sure. Yes, Justin. I'm looking for Justin Kennedy too.
Justin RPK answer on YouTube chat.
Oh, Justin, there you are. Yeah, Justin Kennedy. There you go.
Hey.
Justin Kennedy, I see you.
Congratulations.
Iron Lungfish, I'm sorry.
No, we have to. We gave you lots of time.
We gave you lots of
Unfortunately,
time.
you have to be here
unfortunately.
in the chat, but your name
Yeah.
is still in the giveaway though, so don't even worry about it. Justin Kennedy, Justin PK, hit me up on Discord. You are the winner of all the metallics and the washes. So hit me up on Discord, and I will get you all set. I also have your information too, but it's always good to remind
Sir
me. in
Jerkface,
Discord.
it doesn't have to. It uses the name you put in. It asks for your Twitch or YouTube handle, but a lot of people have put in their real names.
Yeah.
If you read, it asks for your Twitch or YouTube handle, and that's what we'll call out.
Yeah.
So you don't you have to enter your email address, but we won't ever call out that.
Yeah.
But if they enter it, we tell you it calls out whatever name you entered in, but it asks for your YouTube or Twitch handle. It doesn't ask for your real name. It's just a lot of
Yeah.
people put their real name anyway. So
Yep. There you go.
that's what you get.
Why would I read the instructions?
Why would I read this instruction? Exactly.
Yeah, Justin,
right?
hit me
Reading
up on
is
Discord.
hard.
Christmas sushi.
Reading is hard. Don't get Chris started because that's the
Lungfish.
thing that burns him. He's like, I don't want to call people's real name. I go, that's what they put.
That's it. It is what it is. Iron Lungfish, you are still though in the giveaway, so do
moment
not
of
worry about
silence
it.
for Iron
And we got
Lungfish.
every week for a year.
Yeah,
so
we
you
have
got
so many
lots of chances.
opportunities, and it's all random. So hey, there you go. That was a great idea, Carol. That's an awesome.
Good.
That's an awesome set too. Actually, all of those colors and one of each wash. That's pretty dang cool.
Sounds like a pretty good thing.
No, Iron Lungfish. That's okay. That's what happens.
That's why we're doing it 52 weeks.
Yeah,
52
don't you
weeks, and we're
even
actually
worry
doing
about it.
quarterly and annual at the end, too. So
Yeah.
there's some big prizes. So even if you've won during one of the weeks, you'll be re-entered for the quarterly and the annual. And if you haven't won
What are
or
the
something like
Fs
Iron
for?
Lungfish, get it back. You get it. Your name stays in there.
Yep.
And you get another chance.
No, it's okay.
It's a lot
Larry.
of fun.
Wow. There you go. Next time. Oops, I didn't read. Hey, that's okay. That's why I said just put whatever name in there. Well, there you go.
I'm wondering, I feel like I should make the little droopy things in the
The droopy things?
Dark Sea Ben.
Dark
Yeah, these
Sea
things?
Ben? Oh, okay.
Those things,
Okay.
right?
I could see that. I could see that.
As Dark Sea Ben.
I
That
could see it
pulls
as
a little
Dark
bit
Sea
of the
Ben.
color scheme together. If I can find a way to put all of these colors on every model in some distinct manner.
Can you play the taps on the noise machine for Mr. Lungfish? Wow.
I'm sure there's a wah
We run a tight ship, chat.
Holy moly.
Wait a second.
Curtis, this is
Wow.
Poppy. Poppy is the loveliest
Yes.
of the lovely ladies.
Yeah,
What has happened here? Jason?
absolutely.
And then we
That
have
was
Jason.
me.
Jason's mom is
Leaving
here,
my brush
and
banged up
I'm
against
Jen.
something.
Lick it quick. No, ew.
No.
We don't lick our brushes here.
I had to cut those off. Those would not go back to straight. I kind of throw my brushes around on the table, and those obviously didn't get
Can you get
Treat
a
it
zoom
very
on the
well.
dog?
Wow. Can we
I
get a
don't
zoom
think
in on
so.
the
I don't
doggo?
think
No,
this
it's
camera
set,
zooms.
unfortunately.
Zoom in on Doggo.
She's real cute though.
She is very cute. Really squint. You'll be able to see her.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh, wow.
Every
What's
now
up
and then
there,
she comes
puppy?
on Puppy Cam at the After Hours stream.
Wow.
We have Doggo Cam at the
You're
house.
getting your
What a
tummy
day.
rub. That's why you have that glass
Whew.
look.
That's a lot of you.
Something about being in this room that just relaxes Poppy so much. She just wants to cuddle and sleep. Yeah, you do.
Well, that's pretty good. You probably wonder if you could take her to the movies. Not that you
Probably.
need
She-
to.
Probably. Like I said, she'll come to meetings and just sit on my lap the whole time. People don't know she's here.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
She is.
She's very mellow.
You're amazing.
Yeah, she literally just sits on Jen's lap and passes out.
Crazy.
All sorts of noise going on around. She doesn't care. She will bark at stuff, though.
Yeah.
She is
She
more
barks
of
at a couple people if they start, like when Kyle would walk in, she would always bark at him.
Justin PK says, if Iron Lungfish is heartbroken, I'll pass it back. What do you think, Jason?
You know what? You know how gracious I am? Hey, Mom.
You know
We'll
what?
let Mom decide. If we have
Oh.
a situation like this,
So
Yeah.
now the second winner feels like he would be nice and pass it
Iron
back.
Lungfish had to throw on clothes maybe or something. Maybe he was taking a little, potty break.
Yep.
Should we give both of them the prize?
Oh
In
my
honor of-
goodness.
well, I'm not going to give the same prize out because he didn't get here.
wouldn't?
So
That's true. Maybe we
But
give him something else.
Maybe we'll find a consolation because that was cutting it close.
I like that.
All right,
Okay,
well,
we'll
you
give him
have to
some
pick
But
the
you do need to be here.
consolation.
right.
Yeah,
You do
that's,
need to be here.
That's
so.
true.
We could do like a gift card.
Oh,
I think that's the way to do it.
you know
is-
what? Iron Lungfish?
Yeah.
Oh, I meant this one. We'll give you a little something. And the grace of monument in honor of Mrs. Jason's mom. Hit me up on Discord. We are gracious here. This is the only time, chat. Next time.
Everybody else is like, wait a
This is
minute.
next time.
Wait a
Only
minute.
because Justin,
He
the
got
grace
logged
of
out
Justin,
of Twitch on his phone, and I can definitely confirm
that is a
that
pain
Oh.
in
the
the butt.
That
authentication,
would
you have to
suck.
wait for them to send you a code, and like
Oh.
probably every other time that's happened to me, they don't send the code,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to ask to
and I have
resend
to
it
ask
every
for
time.
multiple
Oh, yeah.
times.
That's it, chat. This doesn't happen often. We run a tight ship here.
Grant only once officially.
How many times has Christopher been fired today? Once officially,
Just
and
the
it was
once.
the
the
last
one time.
the death stroke of Mrs. Jason's mom, who goes by many names. Jason, it's 4:00. It's 4:02.
402.
What a day!
Made
So
some good
much-
progress.
So much excitement.
That's some very shiny, very, very shiny metal.
Yep.
402. Well, I
What are
guess
you
it's
gonna
time
do?
we call it quits, Chad.
That's it. Wow. What a day. Hey, you know what? Let's give all hearts for Carol. Thank you so much for having fun with us today, Carol. This has been a blast.
I survived. It was
You
fun.
did. Everybody loves it. Hearts
Zambies,
up.
she would love you
Zambies,
for that because
yes.
it is Nana. She
Yeah.
goes by Nana.
This is
Yeah.
Hobby
There you
Nana.
go.
If Jason is my hobby dad, does that mean that this is my hobby nana?
That's
Yep.
right.
Yep.
Hearts up.
Nana's my other name besides Mom, so yeah.
That's awesome. This has been great.
I just call it
Thanks,
Hey
you
You.
guys. That's,
Hey,
thanks for
hey, you.
welcoming
Hey, you.
me.
Maybe this is what Monument needs to do. We need to get everybody's moms on next. Shannon's next.
Oh,
Shannon's next.
we have a built-in mom.
We do have a bill.
Shannon's great on stream.
Shannon's okay. All right. No free pub for them.
Freaking Chris. Hey,
No,
Chris,
Shannon's the best.
you don't have to feel so threatened by all these people.
Oh, it's an army. It's one against all. They're just okay.
Everybody, thank you so much.
Christmas
shout again.
Sushi is my Discord name, by the
Again.
way.
Mom, what'd you think?
You have a fun time?
It was fun.
Everybody
it
loved
actually
this.
was fun.
Good.
Yeah,
Not as bad as you thought?
I was just shy.
Hey, that's okay. We're all family here.
I told her, I said, if you've watched the show, you know it's not run like super strict. You know,
No. This is a.
this is about as casual as
Well,
you
you
get.
also said you were gonna make me paint.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
See?
that's. I
So he
won't
did
even-
That's what
try to
happens.
I won't
terrify
even do
me.
that.
After the 4 o'clock bell goes off, which is now
No.
you got to come paint.
I need a potty break. See
Now
ya.
you got to come paint.
Can we?
She's
can
gonna
we
go
just
disappear in the bathroom.
take Poppy over to you real quick so we can get a close up for people?
Yes, absolutely. Why don't you bring Poppy over?
You bring a shrimp?
Bring a shrimp.
Come here, shrimp.
You like my?
Come here, shrimp.
She's a little lethargic today. Here's some store links for
You
y'all.
want to go over to Dad? You want to come see Dad? Look at Dad.
Wow,
Oh,
just
hi.
a bundle of love.
Shrimp. Look over here. Oh, hi. Careful kisses.
Oh wow, it
Careful
doesn't get
kisses,
much better than that,
careful
chat.
kisses. Look over here. Look over there.
Look at that.
Look over there.
Wow,
What's all that?
it doesn't get much
Careful
better than
kisses.
that.
Yup.
That's a bunch of kisses.
Wow. Just a beautiful sight.
That's a bunch of kisses. Yeah. That's a whole bunch. Oh,
There you go.
This has been great.
you go.
you say hi. We get Poppy. We get Nana.
We get
We
Jen.
got Jen.
We get Jason.
There's Jen. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wow.
Wait a minute.
Best stream ever. Hey, Zambies. Thank you. That's it. Look at
Bridget
that.
Phoenix, we'd love to see you again.
Please always stop by. Hey, if you're in the Phoenix area, hit us up.
You could never tell she was a stray. From the streets to satin sheets, this
I
one.
know. She
Yeah.
She is a freaking.
Poppy-
You're spoiled. You're spoiled
Poppy
little brat.
has made a good
Yeah, you're
life
spoiled
for
little brat.
herself.
Oh, big old yawn too. Yeah, you're spoiled little brat. Careful kiss. Yeah, thank you for kissing.
Wow. Doesn't get much cuter than this.
That's pretty good kisses for Dad.
Wow. There you go.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much. Mom, take us out. Thanks.
Hey, thank you so much.
Ah. Take myself out. Yay! Thank you.
This is where you do the outro.
Huh?
This is where you do the outro. It's very, very specific.
Yeah.
It's very. If you miss it, like we're doomed. We lose all our customers. The money dries up. We live on the streets.
Join our Discord.
The money drives.
Join the Discord.
Discord.
Okay, I think that's another kind of talking thing.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
that's a
here-
talking thing.
Here it is.
That is. It's a group thing where we have 6,500 some odd people on it. It's crazy.
We have a lot.
It's a great community.
Shop
Very
our
cool.
store,
And then we have the store.
both in the U.S. and EU.
Mm-hmm. Store links for both U.S. and EU. And we have also a local friendly store search. Find a store near you. And then our YouTube.
YouTube. We put
Watch
stuff on
all the
YouTube.
We
VODs
do.
on
They
YouTube,
let us over there.
and then we do this every
They
day.
have lowered their
from
standards.
2 to 4 p.m.
Yep, every day
YouTube
from
has
every
definitely lowered their
single.
Well, Monday
standards
through Friday.
if they let us
Okay.
on.
Yeah.
Sometimes
That's true.
other times.
Everybody,
Well,
thanks so
sometimes
much.
sneaky.
If you are new
Yeah,
around here, if
after
it's your
hours.
first time being around, I hope that you got entered into the giveaway. It runs
Yep.
all year, so 52 weeks, but minus whatever we've done for.
Yeah.
So what are we at? 48 more weeks?
I think so.
48 some odd more weeks, plus some quarterly and annual giveaways. It is the year of the giveaway, so make sure you tune in all the time. Make sure you check up and join our Discord. We announce weekly when the giveaway day is because it's random.
Yeah.
So we just pick, Chris and I usually Chris just picks whatever he feels. He wakes up and he goes, today's the day. And I don't have any say in it. Jen doesn't have any say in it. It's just Chris.
We just do it.
He's a monster. He just
Monster.
gives away the store. So that's fine. But
But he does
so make sure you
post
join
about
for
it
that,
on
but make sure
social
you join the
media.
Discord because it is an
right.
amazing community of amazing artists, lots of inspiration, bad jokes, good community and friends to hang out with. We'd
Yep.
love to see you over there.
And we announce the giveaway stuff every day on social media that we have it. So we'll do it
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 hours
Day
before.
of, yep, and in the Discord.
Yep.
Yep. And make sure you hit the follow or the sub button no matter what you're looking at because we stream Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Monument Standard Time here in Phoenix, Arizona from Monument HQ on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick simultaneously. So we'd love to see you back. So make sure to do all the things. We love your faces. Thanks for all the questions. Hopefully you had fun with Mom and Jen and Poppy and Chris and me today. We loved
That's
having
right.
you here.
Yes, and
Join us
don't,
again tomorrow. We'll be back.
don't poop 15 minutes before the end
Don't
because
poop
that's
before
when
well,
we
on the giveaway stream. Don't poop
Good
before the end.
advice.
I would advise
Always
not
do.
Or
to.
if you do,
Advice.
just take your
Didn't
phone.
your mom
You
teach
know
you
you've got it in
anything?
there anyway.
As
Just
long as you
watch
type.
Before
the
the
stream.
show.
We
As long
can't
as you
see
type
you.
something, you're good.
Poop before the show. That's always good advice. But thanks so much for hanging with us. Stick around. Chris is going to find us somebody to raid, so show some love in the chat we wind up in, and we will catch you back here tomorrow. Adios.
Bye, everybody.